taxes and put more money in your pocket? Do your calls get returned and questions answered? We help you look at your numbers and understand what they mean. How would you like an extra $10,000 or $100,000 in your pocket? We can help you now, before the end of the year. Using tried and true strategies, we have helped countless businesses increase their profits and lower stress. Our Neil deal guarantees you'll increase your profit or you don't pay us. Really. If you want to get started on the road to making more money and having less stress, visit neilgroup.net right now. That's NEAL group.net. The first meeting is free to see if we can help. Again, neilgroup.net.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
Traffic is sponsored by St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores.
St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores, Highway 100 and Layton Avenue, 23rd and Lincoln. Great stores, great cause, and unbelievable bargains. You're going to love it. St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores.
Keeping you informed, keeping you safe, keeping you engaged and entertained. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It's 3 o'clock. I'm Greg Mansick. This is Wisconsin's Afternoon News. It's Monday, December 4th. Your top story, the green and gold riding high.
And I'm Amy Taylor telling online friend from foe.
I'm Debbie Lozica, southbound on 43, backing up, of course, from Bender Road all the way down past Locust. Southbound 41, also a little bit tight right past the Capitol Drive area, and westbound 94. A few taps on the brakes as you're making your way through the stadium interchange. I'm Debbie Lozica with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Well, chance of light snow tonight with a low of 32. Tuesday, light morning snow, accumulation less than an inch with a high of 41. It's 37 degrees in Milwaukee. At 3:01 from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the Packers a confident bunch following their win over the Chiefs Sunday night at Lambeau Field.
Packers head coach Matt LaFleur couldn't contain his excitement after the game.
Total team win. And you know what's scary? We're starting to believe.
A young team that believes it can win is a dangerous one, says ESPN Milwaukee's Mark Tauscher.
It's a powerful combination when you have a really good young team growing, and then they start believing that they can do it.
If the season ended today, the Packers would be in the playoffs, and Tausch says they'd be a worthy opponent.
There's nobody that wants to play this football team.
Eric Bilstead, WTMJ News.
Up next for the Packers, the New York Giants, 1 week from tonight.
Waukesha County Board Chair Paul Decker announces his retirement and won't seek re-election this spring. Chairman Decker was appointed to the county board in 2009 and has served as county board chair since 2012. In a statement, Decker says he's grateful to have served the people of Waukesha County to make it a vibrant place to live while holding the line on taxes. The county board will select a new chair following the spring election in April of 2024.
Well, 'tis the season for holiday shopping and for scammers.
If a deal is too good to be true, trust your gut. It more than likely is.
Stir Advertising and Integrated Messaging social media director Josh Arter tells WTMJ Now that during the holiday season,
everybody wants to buy the latest and greatest hot item, and so a lot of these scammers will set up fake stores online.
Arter says people over 60 lost over $3 billion to internet fraud in 2022 alone. He says a good tip to stay safe is
make sure you're shopping from reputable brands that you are familiar with. Make sure you're on their official website.
Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, WTMJ News.
A local Milwaukee church channeling the spirit of giving this December.
All People's Gathering Church giving out 1,500 pounds of produce, dairy, and bakery goods 3 days a week until it's gone. Food justice advocate and garden educator Susan Holte tell WTMJ.
We're working on people getting back to healthy food, helping get kids off of spicy chips and packaged meals like mac and cheese. Great to hear the parents talk about all the different foods they're making their kids like.
She said over 250 total families come every week, and they get to take home foods such as dragon fruit and try healthy recipes they normally don't use.
When you're here, everything's free, and we can give you a quick little recipe, and you can go home and decide if you like it.
Julian Johnson, WTMJ News.
Well, Milwaukee County COVID vaccination rates are low as even fall COVID cases rise. Only 9% of county residents have received the updated COVID booster. It's even lower in the city. Chief Health Policy Advisor for Milwaukee County, Dr. Ben Weston, tells TMJ4 it is a cause for concern.
Even if you've gotten vaccines in the past, that immunity doesn't last forever. It's just not nearly high enough to protect our most vulnerable in our community.
COVID cases have more than doubled since November. Pharmacies and city immunization clinics are still open to residents. Well, the Packers have moved into playoff position following last night's win over the Chiefs. Green Bay travels east to take on the Giants 1 week from tonight. Bucks and Knicks Tuesday night in the quarterfinals of the NBA's inaugural in-season tournament. And the Brewers and pitcher Wade Miley agreed to a one-year contract.
Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 3:04.
This report is sponsored by Creative Planning. Give your wealth a second look. CreativePlanning.com.
Wealth-changing question. Has your advisor created a portfolio based only on your age and risk tolerance? That's simply not good enough. Your money deserves better, and so do you. At Creative Planning, our private wealth managers learn about you first, and then they create a customized plan and portfolio by partnering with our in-house money managers, accountants, and attorneys. Don't settle for a standard portfolio. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
Set your game plan for a new baseball season with a 2024 Brewers 4-pack. Pick from 4 action-packed plan choices, each loaded with can't-miss Brewers games to fit your schedule and the best ticket prices. All available before single-game tickets are sold. Plus, when you buy a pair of 4-packs, you'll get a limited edition Brewers knit hat. Find the right plan for you today at brewers.com/4packs.
Sandy Max of WTMJ here. 'Tis the season of specials, and all through the night there are concerts and specials to my great delight. From Andrea Bocelli and John McGivern, too. Milwaukee PBS has specials for just me and you. So check out the specials and then watch them twice, because Milwaukee PBS is really quite nice.
Tonight at 7, enjoy Andrea Bocelli, Believe, with a special ticket offer for Milwaukee PBS donors. Tonight at 7 on Channel 10, Milwaukee PBS.
Why wait for Black Friday when you can save every day? Hasseless Mattress introduces Black Friday Plus. We've gone rogue and activated Black Friday deals through December 4th on Sealy Posturepedic, Beauty Rest, CertaPerfect Sleeper, and more. You get the everyday, way low Hasseless price, plus additional savings, plus free next day delivery, plus free memory foam pillows on select mattresses. Get a Queen CertaPerfect Sleeper Oakmont A mattress. Other stores sell it for $14.99, but our Black Friday Plus price is just $8.88, plus 2 free Remy memory foam pillows. Other stores sell the King Sealy Posturepedic Golden Acres A for $17.99, but you can get it now for just $10.95, plus the free memory foam pillows. Big savings on Beauty Rest too, and employee-free, hassle-free showrooms. Not just on Black Friday, but every day. Black Friday Plus, today at Hasseless Mattress. Open 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you at hasseless.com.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
Our production department really kicked it into gear this season, and we finished before we thought we would. And we'd like to keep our people working until the snow flies, so we're going to offer a discount. Now, a lot of discounts you hear about, they're just off an already inflated rate that ends up right in the same slot as everybody else. In this case, because we're past our break-even point, we can offer a real discount. And here it is. We can afford to take 10% off your roofing project if you call and sign up before the end of the year. If we can't get to it because the weather turns south on us, we'll still hold your price for next year. And this isn't some fugazi discount. It's 10% off what our pricing would normally be. It's for roofs only, and it expires at the end of the year. So take advantage of a nice discount on top quality workmanship from good people who care. We're Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is on the air. Broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Here's Greg Matzek.
Well, happy Monday, everybody. Welcome into another week here as we hurdle our way toward the holiday season. In fact, we're in it. We are in the holiday season, right?
Totally. I've already been to a couple holiday parties, little gatherings with my girlfriends.
The holiday party for you, is it a little wine, a little mingling? Is it let's just show up and get out?
Well, I have to say that this holiday party that I went to was quite extravagant on the weekend. Had a valet parking. There were probably 150 people there.
That is nice.
Yeah, it was really nice. Catered, really lovely, in someone's home. I liked it.
Very, very cool stuff. Well, Amy Taylor is in for the bulk of the week, Monday through Thursday. Sam Butson producing the program. Deb's got to look at the roads here. And John is out all week entertaining a group of our loyal WTMJ fans out in New York City. We'll have fun at his expense.
That sounds like what we always do.
And we always seem to do that, don't we? Handful of stories we are following today as we get rolling here on a Monday.
This is the 3 at 3 on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
All right, Amy, where do we begin?
Let's start with Israel and Hamas. The ceasefire in the ongoing war between Israel and Hamas is over for the time being.
Yeah, unfortunately. And we saw this coming. We thought the ceasefire could potentially release all of the hostages being held in captivity. That is certainly not the case, and perhaps another ceasefire will yield more hostage releases. But as of earlier today, Israeli airstrikes hit about 200 Hamas targets in Gaza. The Israeli Defense Forces issued in a statement. Also, it very much appears the man who orchestrated the attack on October 7th has been killed. Israel said it killed the commander of the Hamas Shatai battalion in an airstrike on Sunday. More than 15,800 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli attacks in Gaza, according to CNN, since October 7th. There's really no end in sight to this, unfortunately. Perhaps another momentary ceasefire for hostage release. But it's clear that both sides are very much dug in on this war.
And we still have 8 American hostages being held. We still have 130 hostages in Gaza being held. And 80% of the Gazan population is displaced. So this is a horror for the time being.
We are going to go to Jerusalem with Jordana Miller. She's been an unbelievable resource for us. And we certainly feel for her being away from her family covering this story during the holidays. I know it's a tough assignment for her, but she will join us coming up at about 3:15. What else do we have?
We're going to change course now, literally. A new date and a new course for the Milwaukee Marathon, which is scheduled to return now in 2024.
All right, so there's the Lakefront Marathon and then there's the Milwaukee Marathon, okay? And they're very different. They're run at very different times of the year. So the Milwaukee Marathon, it just can't seem to get traction.
I feel sorry for the Milwaukee Marathon.
There's been some issues over the years, right? There was one year where they miscalculated the route length.
Did they have it too long, too short?
It's not good if you're talking about being a marathoner, trying to qualify.
Gotta have the right distance.
Right? I mean, you got to nail that right. If you're going to have a marathon, you have to run the marathon.
That seems basic.
26.2.
That was a bad one.
They've also, had a hiccup with COVID, as many events did.
Yes, not their fault.
There was permitting issues in 2021. So back better than ever in 2023, right? Well, then there was a snowstorm.
A blizzard that knocked them out. And then one year they put it right next to the Lakefront Marathon, like 2 weeks later. Like, how can you do that? You can't, right? As a marathoner, you can't run 2 marathons 2 weeks apart.
Well, no, you'd sign up for one or the other. I think the idea here is that, that marathon is typically September, October, and this Milwaukee Marathon will be in mid-April.
Much better.
When they did it last year, they had it in like early April.
Yeah.
Right in the heart of a snowstorm. Not that there couldn't be snow in mid-April, but
sure.
Give yourself maybe a fighting chance by adding a couple more weeks of time, perhaps.
So April again, 2024.
Yes, April 13th. It's going to be a 5K marathon and half marathon. Here's the interesting part to me. It'll start at the Summerfest grounds, go north all the way to the east side, and then double back. So you'll see Lakeshore State Park. You'll see the historic Third Ward, the Harbor District, Walker's Point, Humboldt Park, Bayview.
I think it's really showing off Milwaukee. That's so great.
Except downtown. There's no downtown.
What? How can that be?
No Fiserv,
nothing down by the
park.
Yeah, right. That's an oversight.
So they've completely removed the downtown aspect, and this was by design. They wanted to minimize road closures. They did not want to affect the hop, so it's going to be focused mainly on Lincoln Memorial Drive.
So you see the art museum.
And the Oak Leaf Trail. And, this sidewalk, it's going to be in the road, don't get me wrong. But,
right.
That's one straight, long stretch of road that they can close off relatively easily, I guess, on that day. So Lincoln Memorial Drive and Oak Leaf Trail. That's going to be the primary route.
At this point, you can't have everything, and we want a marathon. So that'll be good.
Very interesting. They just had a run of bad luck and some self-sabotage as well. But the Milwaukee Marathon is back as of April 13th, 2024.
And that's a good thing. And so is National Cookie Day.
Sometimes, Amy, you win. Sometimes I win. Today we all win.
This is so beautiful. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't.
It is National Cookie Day, and we should all be excited about this.
I love cookies. Do you?
I do.
It's my favorite. Cookies are my favorite.
I make cookies with my girls every once in a while.
Will you do Christmas cookies?
So we don't overdo Christmas cookies, but we do Christmas cookies. And we're an Italian family, or at least half Italian. So we do the pizzellis, which is kind of the traditional Italian
do you
cookie.
have to have like a mold or a press for that?
Yeah, like, kind of like a waffle iron, for lack of a better term.
Okay. Are they hard? Are they difficult to make?
They're not. It's just a batter, and you sort of pour it into the pizzelli maker, and you whatever, and it just
comes
sort of
out
pops out. Yeah,
it
and you
easily pops out.
Yeah, they're thin, they're wafer-like, and very good. So we typically make those every year.
That's cool.
I do like cookies, though.
I do too. I love the peanut butter with the Hershey Kiss in the middle.
You can get free cookies in a variety of places today. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
You're sitting down, everybody?
I want to go. Do you mind if I leave?
Insomnia Cookies is delicious. They're offering a free classic cookie and a $1 deluxe cookie when you place an order at any time through one of their locations. You might have an Insomnia Cookies app. You can figure out where the stores are nearest you. There's also Potbellies, free cookies with the purchase of any entree. Subway, in select locations in Chicago, Dallas, Miami, and New York. One free foot-long cookie. They're making a foot-long cookie at Subway.
What about Crumble Cookie? Nothing from Crumble?
I don't have this. Sam, do you have the local one here? I think I printed the wrong thing. But locally, there's a few Crumbles around.
There's one up in Grafton.
There's one in Grafton.
Yeah.
I think there's one in Brookfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see anything for Crumble.
Okay.
It's kind of shocking. Maybe we'll give them a chance. Maybe they're doing something.
Call them, see if they understand that it's National Cookie Day.
Do they understand?
And see if they'll have some sort of deal for you
right.
on National Cookie Day. We all win.
Favorite cookie is? What's your favorite cookie?
Can I be boring?
Yeah.
I just love a chocolate chip cookie.
That's America's favorite cookie. That's America's favorite cookie, chocolate chip cookies.
Kind of the vanilla ice cream answer,
it's
but
my favorite cookie as well.
All
it's
right.
something like 65% of something like that. 62% of Americans top-rated cookie, chocolate chip.
It's simple but delicious.
Followed
Yeah,
by
a little peanut butter to that if you want. I have no problem with
and
that.
peanut butter is this number 2 cookie at 31%.
Not going to discriminate against a cookie. That is for sure. Matters get more serious when we talk to Jordana Miller on the other side. She's in Jerusalem with the latest on the Israeli-Hamas war in just a couple of minutes here on WTMJ.
New season, new coach.
There's art to looking good out there on the floor.
Same old Giannis.
Euro stepping through everybody and then slashes his way all the way in for an easy layup. Easy for Giannis, not for the mere mortal.
Catch every slam, every jam.
So that is stealing candy from the baby as he flushes it through with a two-hand jam.
And every swish.
And he cans another.
All season long on your home of the Milwaukee Bucks. 620 WTMJ.
Don't think twice. Call Geis. Garage door broke. Do it right. Don't think twice. Call Geis. Need a new garage door. Do it right. Don't think twice. Call Geis.
A great way to add value and curb appeal to your home is with a new CHI maintenance-free garage door. In fact, a recent study by Remodelers Magazine reports that the average return on investment is an amazing 82%, ranking #1 among all home improvement projects. To see our huge selection of doors, come visit us at our Brookfield location or view our online showroom at geistdoors.com. We have everything from alley doors to custom wood designer doors and everything in between. Remember, for all your garage door needs, call Geis at 262-784-4250 or visit us online at geistdoors.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geis. Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Hey, this is WTMJ Steve Scafidi for Omaha Steaks and omahasteaks.com. You want to be the person everyone says, oh my goodness, gives the best gifts. How about this one? The gift of Omaha Steaks. Send it to a friend, family member. I've done this. You'll never forget their smile when the next time you see them, they say, oh my goodness, that was amazing. It's a favorite memory. Omaha Steaks is perfect for the holidays. The holidays are here. Take the guesswork out of that shopping. Go to omahasteaks.com, save 50% off site-wide. Plus, use our promo code WTMJ, get an additional $30 off your order. Juicy butcher's cut filet mignons, gourmet jumbo franks, even easy to prepare meals that are ready in a flash. With Omaha Steaks, the possibilities are endless. Offer won't last long. We're ready to ship your order right away, so shop early, beat the shopping rush. Go to omahasteaks.com, use promo code WTMJ, $30 off your order. A gift from the heart. Visit omahasteaks.com, enter the promo code WTMJ, get an extra $30 off your order. Make your holiday. Minimum order may be required.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Veterans benefits denied? Call Tayback for the payback.
Brave Americans who served shouldn't be denied benefits or have a disability claim incorrectly evaluated by the VA. If you're one of those vets, call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
3:19 on WTMJ. Debbie Lazigo with our first look at the road. Hey, Deb.
Hey there. We've got actually a little bit of a slowdown on 43 southbound between Silver Spring and Locust. That adds up to a 20-minute ride between Brown Deer Road and the Marquette. That is an extra 9. Otherwise, the rest of the system is actually looking pretty good. Maybe a quick tap of the brakes, make sure they work through the Stadium interchange on westbound 94, but nothing major. I'm Debbie Lazigo with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Well, slight chance of snow tonight. It'll get down into the 30s, low 30s. We'll call it up to 41 tomorrow with some morning flurries. It's 36 degrees in Milwaukee at 3:19. Well, the ceasefire is over. Fighting is back in a major way in the Israeli-Hamas war. According to reports, the IDF says it struck 200 Hamas targets overnight, including a school. 8 Americans are still being held hostage, 8 of about 100 or so in captivity. ABC's Jordana Miller joins us live from Jerusalem. Jordana, we knew the ceasefire would come to an end. It did, and it doesn't look like this fighting is going to come to an end anytime soon. Well, I think we lost our connection with Jordana Miller there from ABC. We'll try and get her reconnected here. So that's part of the headline here, Amy. I think we knew it was going to come to an end, the ceasefire. You were hopeful that perhaps more hostages would be released, but it looks like it'll take another ceasefire in order for any more hostages to be released. It's a deadly situation right now.
The speed with which the Israelis went back in and the level of aggression and intensifying the airstrikes and also, more killing and wounding of Palestinians. The other issue is trying to get leaflets out and dropped and warn people in Gaza to move to the south, to Khan Yunis. Well, they've been telling them move there, but it appears that they're striking there again. So the one place that's supposed to be a town of refuge has not provided refuge because they're taking fire there. So this is a problem that continues to be an issue. Is if you're going to give people safe haven, got to give it.
So the prime minister of Qatar has been sort of this mediator between Israel and Hamas, and he continues to emphasize the need for a ceasefire in Gaza. He's got a call with the U.S. Secretary of State. There's pressure here from all angles to try and get matters resolved, but there are some searching for peace. It just doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. As we welcome in ABC's Jordana Miller. We knew it was coming to an end, the ceasefire, Jordana, but fighting is back in a major way.
That's right. And, Israel's moving its war really south now from the northern Gaza Strip south towards Khan Yunis, which is a Hamas stronghold. This is where Israel believes that many Hamas leaders are there. They fled there. Perhaps the 137, some of those hostages are there, including 8 Americans. But the war plan for southern Gaza is complicated by the fact that there's 1.8 million Gazans in that area, not necessarily in Khan Yunis, but to the east of the city, north and to the south near Rafah, which were the areas that Israel asked civilians from northern Gaza, from Gaza City, to move south to those areas. The problem is there's going to be fighting very close to those areas, even inside some of them. So Israel has been sending, dropping leaflets that have barcodes where they can see if they can get online, they can see an interactive map about where the Israeli army is moving in the next few days and try to move away from those areas. Israel has not yet really announced safe zones, areas where there will be no firepower at all, no airstrikes, no artillery. But I do expect that's what we'll see in the coming days because, it's not good enough. It's not good enough to send civilians places that are just safer, but they're still bombing. we've seen and heard reports of obviously families who've left one area and then just gotten hit in another area. And that makes it hard also for people to move. They're terrified.
So, Jordana, you're saying you made reference to this, social media posting, and where they're saying, okay, in Khan Yunis, marking off this area and saying we have to evacuate this area at once. But then the Israeli military is actually moving on the area that they're telling people to evacuate on, and then telling them to go to the safe haven and moving on the safe haven as well.
So, first of all, the Israeli army never asked people to move to Khan Yunis. Khan Yunis is a known Hamas stronghold. Israel always knew it was going to end up going there. So people weren't asked to go to Khan Yunis. They were asked to go south below the Aza River and to the east of Khan Yunis. Now, there are a lot of people now in a small, densely, it's a packed area. And in that area east of Khan Yunis and south and north of it, there will be some Israeli operations. So from the area they've been asked to move, it looks like Israel's asking people to move again. So that's a problem. That's why I think we're ultimately going to see some safe zones created. And that's also what the White House has asked Israel to do in order to minimize civilian casualties in this second stage of the war.
Which continues in full effect. Israeli airstrikes hit about 200 Hamas targets in Gaza, according to the IDF on Monday. ABC's Jordana Miller will continue to check in as events warrant. Jordana, thank you.
Thank you.
3:25 on WTMJ. Time for a look at the markets. Not a great start to the week on the markets as all the indices finish in the red today. The Dow down 41 points to close at 36,204. Nice to see it above 36,000, however. The NASDAQ also down about 119.5 points to close at 14,185. S&P 500 also down today 24.5 points to finish at 45,6978. For investment advice you can trust from a fiduciary, it's Annex Wealth Management. Visit annexwealth.com.
Do you cringe when you look at your high school pictures? So much has changed. From your hair, today you might not have any, or maybe it's a completely different color. How about the innocence of your smile? We grow up and learn the world is bigger than we thought. It's the same with your money. Your views of wealth, legacy, and taxes have all grown up. Has your financial plan? At Annex Wealth Management, our team of tax experts can help you understand how your plan could improve. The Annex team will show you strategies that could help safeguard your wealth. And because we're fee-only fiduciaries, you won't have to put up with high-pressure sales or advice that isn't in your best interest. As you accumulate more wealth, there's a chance your tax pictures become more complex. The Annex Tax Smart Strategy Review will give you insights on your current tax plan and help build a framework to prioritize tax strategies. Take a proactive approach. Get an Annex Wealth Management Tax Smart Strategy Review. Visit annexwealth.com/taxsmart.
Doesn't it seem like you never have anything to wear? That's why I shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. Whether it's a designer top, jeans, an adorable skirt, or cute accessories, I always seem to find something I like. And at prices I love. Gently used women's clothing and accessories for far less than you thought possible. At St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield and 23rd and Lincoln in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats. Now through Wednesday, save on 10 to 12 ounce or 10 to 12 count selected varieties Green Mountain or McCafe coffee, $6.99. 4 to 6 count selected varieties Northern Bath or Brawny Towel, $7.99. 57.6 ounce selected varieties Extra Laundry Detergent, $2.99. 1 pound selected varieties Land O'Lakes Butter, $4.99.
Look at those brats. You do tailgating right. Absolutely. Did you see the spread out there? You've got enough food to feed the entire lot. I'm splurging now and then hoping to win $700 in free groceries. $700? Yeah, it's all part of the 70th anniversary at Century Foods. No kidding. Next week, I'll do the shopping. Maybe I'll score $700 in groceries. All you need is the weekly code. It's on Century's Facebook or Instagram. Oh, Oh, I just remembered. I'll be out of town next week.
Yeah, right, cheapskate.
Ends January 3rd.
I'm attorney David Gruber. You've heard our slogan thousands of times, but we are much more than just one call. We are one team, one community, one family, and we're the one law firm that can get you the results and compensation you deserve after a serious accident. Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
Traffic is sponsored by Hall Mazda Milwaukee. Visit hallmazdamilwaukee.com.
While you're navigating the roads as quickly and safely as possible, if you see something we should know about, call the WTMJ All Mazda Traffic Tip Line, 414-238-9329. Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
It's 3:30. I'm Wyatt Barmore. Pooley, your top story, the Winter of Love at Lambeau.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, southbound on 43. That's going to be the traffic story of the afternoon. We've got backups from Silver Spring pretty much all the way down to Locust. Now, the northbound side's starting to get a bit heavier too. North Avenue up to Keefe. Pretty much typical stuff, though. Southbound on 41 now starting to slow down from just south of Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol Drive. Westbound 94, you're seeing delays from 27th Street to about Mitchell Boulevard. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight we got a chance of snow with a low of 32. Tomorrow some snow in the morning. It's going to be pretty light though, less than 1 inch, a high of 41. It is 37 degrees in Milwaukee at 3:30. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the Packers are a confident bunch of guys following their big win over the Kansas City Chiefs Sunday night at Lambeau Field.
Packers head coach Matt LaFleur couldn't contain his excitement after the game.
Total team win. And you know what's scary? We're starting to believe.
A young team that believes it can win is a dangerous one, says ESPN Milwaukee's Mark Tauscher.
It's a powerful combination when you have a really good young team growing and then they start believing that they can do it.
If the season ended today, the Packers would be in the playoffs, and Tausch says they'd be a worthy opponent.
There's nobody that wants to play this football team.
Eric Bilstead, WTMJ News.
Up next for the Packers will be the New York Giants on Monday Night Football. Waukesha County Board Chair Paul Decker is announcing his retirement. He won't seek re-election this spring. Decker was appointed to the county board in 2009. He served as board chair since 2012. In a statement released today, he says he's grateful to have served the people of Waukesha County to make it, quote, a vibrant place to live while holding the line on taxes. The county board will select a new chair following the spring election in April of next year. A local Milwaukee church channeling the spirit of giving this December.
All People's Gathering Church giving out 1,500 pounds of produce, dairy, and bakery goods 3 days a week until it's gone. Food justice advocate and garden educator Susan Holte tell WTMJ.
We're working on people getting back to healthy food, helping get kids off of spicy chips and packaged meals like mac and cheese. Great to hear the parents talk about all the different foods they're making their kids like.
She said over 250 total families come every week, and they get to take home foods such as dragon fruit and try healthy recipes they normally don't use.
When you're here, everything's free, and we can give you a quick little recipe, and you can go home and decide if you like it.
Julian Johnson, WTMJ News.
The free produce happens every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 12 to 4 p.m. at the church. Milwaukee County COVID vaccination rates are low, even as fall case numbers are going up. Only 9% of county residents have gotten the updated COVID-19 booster. It's even lower in the city of Milwaukee. Chief Health Policy Advisor for the county, Dr. Ben Weston, tells TMJ4 this is a cause for concern.
Even if you've gotten vaccines in the past, that immunity doesn't last forever. It's just not nearly high enough to protect our most vulnerable in our community.
COVID cases have more than doubled since November. Pharmacies and city immunization clinics are still open to residents, so you can find more information on where you can get the jab at the Milwaukee Health Department's website. The Canadian Pacific Holiday Train is coming roaring into town today. Stops all over southeast Wisconsin, including Wauwatosa late this afternoon, where the train actually stops. WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga says streets in the village area will be closed starting at 2 this afternoon.
They're expecting big crowds, so folks will be lining up early. Please be careful, though. The tracks are live, and regular train traffic will continue before and after the holiday train.
The train is expected in Tosa at 4 p.m., so just coming up real soon. It moves on with stops in Heartland, Oconomowoc, and Watertown tonight. And the wait for pro soccer in Milwaukee will continue until 2026 after work on the stadium anchoring the Iron District development downtown has encountered, according to Milwaukee Pro Soccer, quote, unforeseen delays. The Milwaukee Business Journal's Mark Cass tells Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News the news isn't entirely surprising given supply chain issues and general construction cost increases. He does say he's hopeful the timeline holds steady given the heightened interest in the project.
Of that area and of that project, I get asked most about the soccer stadium. There's a lot of individuals in the city who want to see that happen and want to see more soccer because it's such a growing sport. Obviously huge in Europe, growing in America, and just something that when it's open, it's going to be a huge thing to that area.
This project received $9.3 million in American Rescue Plan funds from Governor Tony Evers in early November. I'm Wyatt Barmar-Pooley, citing Unlimited. WTMJ News time is 3:34.
This report sponsored by Mr. Holland's Heating and Air Conditioning. Visit MrHollandsHeatingandAir.com.
'Tis the season for candy canes and stopped-up drains, for holiday wishes and electrical glitches, for gingerbread baking and furnaces breaking. Hi, this is Santa Steve. If you suddenly discover that your pipes, power, and heat are on the naughty list, call Mr. Holland's Home Services. Our proficient plumbers can locate and unplug the stoppage that's scrooging up your drain. Our efficient electricians can install a whole house backup generator to keep the tree twinkling when Jack Frost turns out the lights. And our holly jolly heating and air techs can fix your faulty furnace faster than you can re-gift a fruitcake. Don't let an outage, stoppage, or floppage grinch up your holiday plans. Trust Mr. Holland's Home Services to keep your water flowing, your heat blowing, and your power glowing. Call 866-992-1717 or visit MrHollandsHomeservices.com. If you want to keep your furnace, plumbing, and electric working in a winter wonderland, we can help.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
Our production department really kicked it into gear this season, and we finished before we thought we would. And we'd like to keep our people working until the snow flies, so we're going to offer a discount. Now, a lot of discounts you hear about, they're just off an already inflated rate that ends up right in the same slot as everybody else. In this case, because we're past our break-even point, we can offer a real discount. And here it is. We can afford to take 10% off your roofing project if you call and sign up before the end of the year. If we can't get to it because the weather turns south on us, we'll still hold your price for next year. And this isn't some fugazi discount. It's 10% off what our pricing would normally be. It's for roofs only, and it expires at the end of the year. So take advantage of a nice discount on top quality workmanship from good people who care. We're Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips that you plan in advance, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends for which you make a group chat 3 months before so that nobody or anything is missing. Or your daughter's first birthday party. You planned it with such dedication that instead of the first, it felt like our 15s. The same way you plan each detail for those moments. Start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on WTMJ.
Greg Manson, Amy Taylor with you. It's Wisconsin's afternoon news on a Monday. Coming up in about 10 minutes, Brewers General Manager and Senior Vice President Matt Arnold. So he is at the winter meetings in Nashville, and the Brewers introduced today their new star. They've had him in the system for a couple of years. His name is Jackson Chourio. He's never played an inning of baseball at the major league level, but he is the owner now of a contract that could be 10 years worth more than $100 million at the age of 19. So why now for a rapidly ascending prospect who has yet to play an inning of baseball at the major league level?
Please speak clearly for those who don't really understand these matters.
This is an industry-setting deal. This has never been seen before.
So this is radically different. I mean, this is unusual to take this huge risk on someone who's 19 and never played in the major leagues.
Yes, but in the Brewers world, if a guy becomes an MVP, that player becomes very expensive to keep. And in baseball, oftentimes you pay for what somebody did versus what you think they're going to do. Right? The price tag for an MVP is hefty, and they might be declining.
And that person could get injured.
Here's a 19-year-old who is ascending, but is still not set foot on a Major League diamond yet. So I'm fascinated by this story. Matt Arnold joins us coming up in our next segment from Nashville. Are you an iPhone person or an Android person?
I am an iPhone person for a lot of good reasons.
So you, like me, enjoy things that work.
I thought that was really funny when I asked you if you'd ever used an Android. And you said, no, I like stuff that works.
I had a BlackBerry once for a former life job that I had.
Yeah, I remember those.
It was the stupidest thing I'd ever owned in my life.
Those are weird for men, especially with big
awful.
fingers. You know, like what are you supposed to, how are you, I don't know.
It was terrible.
That was the time, a long time ago.
You have to remember, the iPhone has only been around since 2007.
Is that really true? That seems like when life changed.
I know.
Yeah.
It's very new, and now, more than likely, it's the best camera that you own, along with everything else that it does.
Which is amazing.
So here is where Apple has intentionally remained in the dark ages. Texting those who have an Android.
Right.
They don't want it to be fun and easy and friendly.
And they don't want them to be able to get icons and emojis and jokies and stuff like that.
So here's what happens. And if you're on a group text with 3 friends and 2 have iPhones and 1 has the Android, and you're trying to do all the things you want to do, and you're back and forth, your GIFs and memes and funny little videos.
All your funnies.
Yeah, it's not going to show up on the other end for the Android user.
What do they get? Do they just get like a blank?
Blurry videos, broken group chats, lack of encryption, if you want to go to that depth. The texting between iPhones and Androids is technology from a different era, quite literally.
So they've been professionally excluding the Android kids.
Apple has refused to adopt modern texting standards to encompass all of those who may have a different phone.
Well, it does make them special in terms of buying everybody the desire to be on the Apple.
So it is a marketing strategy, no doubt about that. So Apple downgrades their text between iPhones and Android into archaic technology.
And then they send it out?
Well, you still get to do it, but then, your friend on the other end is like, I can't see this. The blurry, it's video. I can't see it. And then your other friends are like, hey, just remove him or her from the chain.
I mean, of all the friends I've had, I've only ever had 2 friends that had Androids. One finally gave up and moved to an Apple.
Good.
And then there's that other person. And I realize now that all my funny things are probably not even registering.
So there's some things that could make it work and some things that don't. The color of the bubbles is different, right? It's either green or it's blue. And that you kind of know who's on the other end and what kind of phone they have. Videos are oftentimes tiny and blurry because iPhones continue to use the archaic technology. It's just
so is this changing
different.
now?
It is changing. It is changing. So as of about a week and a half ago, Apple said it plans to adopt messaging standards next year that will allow for a smoother texting experience between iPhone and Android devices. So those group chats you have with, half iPhone users and half Android users will now be what you would expect if you're just going iPhone to iPhone.
They're
we know finally why saying, fine, we'll adapt.
We'll do it. Are they doing it out of the kindness of their hearts? Because that's what tech companies do.
Well, I find it hard to believe that because there's got to be a business component to this. Apple wants people, if they have an Android, to convert and become an iPhone user.
Right.
So Apple says the new technology that they're seeking would work alongside the iMessage and offer a better there's just a big word here. You're going to have a better experience.
Intergalactic?
The videos are going to be higher quality, right? It's not going to be blurry photos. It'll be a normal size, not small size.
It's going to be easier. I mean, it's the iPhone. The iPhone's always been more expensive, I think, right, than the Android. Is
yes,
that really
historically,
the main deal? Yeah.
So now here's the other thing. Normally, if I text you, and you're connected to Wi-Fi, and the iMessage is up and running,
right?
Our messages, you're going to see blue bubble on the other end of yours, right?
Yep.
So
all right, did you just text me?
You text me something, I text you back. My stuff's in blue, your stuff is clear, and that's probably the opposite on our text exchange from your point of view.
Right. Well, I don't know. You're in blue.
I'm in blue, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And right, so that means we're iPhone friends.
Right.
Right, and likely both connected to Wi-Fi when we sent these messages.
Correct.
So Apple is not going to change the color. So like the blue versus the green, like that's still going to be there's going to be a difference there.
So how do you know?
Well, if it's blue, you're iPhone compatible and on Wi-Fi using the iMessage system.
I mean, is this going to affect me? That's what I want to know.
Might get into the weeds a little bit, but you're going to have a more user-friendly text exchange
And
if
is
you're an
that-
Apple
is
user
that
with those in Android.
The main thing is the texting that's changing.
Well, just get it back to modern technology.
Well, right. Oh, there was a big update, by the way, a big security update.
Quite literally.
Yeah.
Friends have been removed from text exchanges because the stuff we're sending back and forth is not showing up because one person's an Android user.
Right.
And that, thankfully, will stop.
That's just a relief.
Okay.
I feel
We're now
better.
all in the know, and we feel better about our lives
I do feel better.
on National Cookie Day.
Yes.
Matt Arnold, Brewers General Manager, Senior Vice President, after this on WTMJ. It's 344.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano.
Greg Matzik.
John Mercuri.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead, and 'tis the season of giving.
Join WTMJ and Capco Metal Stamping for our Capco Kids to Kids Christmas Toy Drive this Saturday, December 9th.
There's still time to make monetary donations, and it's so easy. Just head to WTMJ.com, click the Capco's Kids to Kids banner, and donate whatever you can.
Every little bit helps. It's the Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive.
Capco Kids to Kids Toy Drive.
Capco Kids to Kids Toy Drive here on WTMJ.
Small business owners can make a little of anything go a long way.
It's true. My bakery is made up of a little sugar, spice, and edible glitter.
Well, that's why U.S. Cellular is offering small businesses lines for as little as $19.99, plus $300 off any phone.
That's great. A little does go a long way. Unless we're talking sprinkles, everyone always needs more sprinkles.
Oh, of course. Get lines for $19.99 plus $300 off any phone today. U.S. Cellular, built for business, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
I am a leg man.
Me too.
Hey, I like legs too.
Big curvy ones.
Sleek, skinny ones.
I love a good set of legs.
Like the leg options on the Envy Dining Room Table Collection at Penny Mustard.
Ooh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
The Envy collection allows you to customize your dining room table with your choice of wood, stain,
size, shape,
edge, apron.
And don't forget about the legs.
I love legs that start thick at the top and get more slender all the way down.
Give me curvy and scalloped all day.
I prefer long, smooth legs with a slight taper at the end.
Oh yeah, like the legs on the Benoit table.
You know it.
These legs are made in the USA.
Yeah, the tables are too.
Come see the Envy Dining Room Table Collection, including the Benoit table, starting at $18.66, paired with palm chairs for just $5.33 each at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Better versions of what people want.
Penny Mustard Furnishing.
Ho, ho, ho! I need a window.
Baby, it's cold outside.
So where do I go? Ho,
Come on,
ho?
Santa. Go to Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Put no money down, no payment, and no interest for up to 18 months.
Pella now, pay later. Ho,
That's right, Santa. Plus, our elves install year-round and in as little as 1 day. Offer ends December 31st. Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See show for details.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Heard at work? Call Tayback for the payback. An injury at work may leave you eligible for compensation benefits, including lost wages, coverage of medical bills, or a cash settlement. Call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
347 on WTMJ. Debbie Lozga's got to look at the roads. Deb, what's your favorite cookie?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask me that. It changes on an hourly basis.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to probably say if I have milk to drink, it would be the peanut butter cookie. If I had like coffee or something like that, then it's like the Pepperidge Farms Milano.
All right.
Tasty treat.
Well,
you got to dip it too. In the
If
coffee.
traffic is bad and you're stuck on the roads, those sound
Exactly.
delightful.
Break out
Make
the
your ride a little
cookies.
more appealing.
Yeah. Right now, though, 43 is where you're really going to start to see these delays. Right now, it's 19 minutes to get from Brown Deer Road to downtown. Backups from Silver Spring, pretty much all the way down past Capitol Drive, down to about Locust. Then it starts to open up a little bit. The northbound side backing up around the North Avenue curve up to Keefe. Westbound, On 94, you are seeing delays from about 16th Street all the way through to Mitchell Boulevard. And then on 41 southbound, pretty typical stuff from Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol Drive. And don't forget, you can be our eyes on the roads. You can report accidents, slowdowns, and road conditions to the WTMJ Hall Mazda traffic tip line at 414-238-9329. Visit Hall Mazda during Mazda's Season of Inspiration. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Chance of flurries tonight with a low of about 31 degrees, 41 your high tomorrow. Might see some snow a little bit early in the day. It is 36 degrees in Milwaukee at 348. Well, big news made today by the Milwaukee Brewers. The team signs outfielder Jackson Chourio to an 8-year contract through 2031. There are club options that could keep him around through 2033. It's an industry record commitment for a player who has never played a single inning of Major League Baseball. This deal could be worth over $100 million for a player who is 19 years old. Joining us on the line right now, it's Brewers Senior Vice President and General Manager Matt Arnold, who orchestrated the deal. Matt, thanks for joining us today.
Hi, Greg. Thanks for having me.
Are you doing okay getting around the hotel? It's like a city on its own out there in Nashville.
It really is, and I get stopped every four feet. It feels like, and it's a really cool place to be, and there's so much good energy here right now with all the baseball fans, and so it's awesome. And today's, like you said, it's another great day for the Brewers here to have this agreement with Jackson Chourio.
So Matt, walk us through the genesis of the deal. When did you realize that this deal had to get done at this time?
Yeah, I think honestly it starts when you get to know this kid, going back to when we first started scouting this kid at a very, very young age. And you just get to know the kind of person he is, how much our scouts loved him, how much our coaches have vouched for this guy. And he's just done everything the right way, and when you make commitments like this, it's a really big investment in a person, and we feel like he is certainly a very, very talented kid, but he also has great character and great work habits, which is a great thing to have, and part of why we're here today to seal the deal on this type of deal.
So why was now the right timing for the move, Matt, rather than doing it around spring training or perhaps after he breaks through and actually joins the Major League club?
Yeah, it's tough to time these up. When you have conversations going, frankly, for months back and forth, sometimes they accelerate, sometimes they slow down to the point where you think maybe we won't get a deal done. And we just kind of found the right chord with him, and it came together and just happened to come together here at the winter meetings. And so, again, we're all excited for Jackson and his family for sure.
So I know there's an element of risk with any signing, and you and I have talked about how it can be dangerous in baseball to pay somebody for what they've already done and hoping they can continue doing that. It's almost like a law of diminishing returns after somebody becomes an MVP. How many more MVP seasons do they have? This is completely the opposite, right? You're betting on a player's upside and talent that he could become one of the best in the league.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like you said, Greg, so a lot of times you see these long-term deals and it's for what they have done in the past, and sometimes that's past their peak. And in this case, we feel like there's so much upside here with Jackson and his future that we felt like it was good to kind of preserve that here and obviously make a big bet, from the Brewers' perspective, and obviously a big commitment from Jackson that tells both sides that, hey, we're all committed to this and we're both excited to be Brewers together for a very long time.
Brewers Senior Vice President and General Manager Matt Arnold joining us here on Wisconsin's Afternoon News. Matt, I assume his performance will dictate a timeline, but are we to believe that Jackson Chourio could begin the season with the Major League club?
I think it's going to go at Jackson's pace. I mean, I think he's certainly going to have every opportunity to make our opening day team, but it's, we want to pace this guy, I think, to some degree. I mean, he's still a very, very young player, and we don't need to accelerate him. We know he's going to be a Brewer and be a contributor here for a very long time, but that being said, certainly has a very real opportunity to make our team on opening day.
So for people who know nothing about Jackson Chourio, Matt, what is it about this kid that you've had eyes on since before he could even drive?
We've scouted this kid, since he was probably 11 years old, and we just have so much history with him going back with our scouts, and they've just done an awesome job. And I could honestly probably do a whole other call with you to talk about the talent that this guy has and the way we envision his future. And he's just done everything right. And one of our coaches on our major league staff is Nestor Corridor, and he was managing Jackson this winter in winter ball. And he said, basically, this kid is, one of the best players in the league here, and so he just continues to pass every gate with flying colors. And so, he's just so talented on both sides of the ball that we were thrilled to make this type of investment in him.
So we know he can hit. Where does he fit in the field? What's your plan for him there?
I mean, look, he's certainly talented enough to play center field at a well above average clip. We have a lot of talented outfielders, as you know, and so he's certainly good enough to play right field or left field as well. And so, he's going to fill in wherever Murph puts him in the lineup, and I know he's going to do everything he can to help us win games here.
So, Matt, when you go to Mark Attanasio and say, I got an idea, I want to lock down our top prospect for potentially 10 years and set an industry-setting mark for a player who has not yet played in the major leagues, what was Mark's response?
He was all for it. I mean, that's the great part about having, a supportive ownership group. I mean, Mark has been incredibly supportive for years in our market and with me and just everything about trying to put a winning product on the field. I think you see the commitment to what he wants to do here with the Brewers and keeping them in Wisconsin for the next generation and everything in the commitment here with Jackson Chourio. He really does invest and really does care about the Brewers. And so that conversation was easy for me, and he was certainly supportive and gave us the green light to pursue something like this, which was awesome.
How do you know Jackson takes this opportunity, this contract, and doesn't believe he's arrived before he's arrived?
Yeah, I think, if you saw our press conference, I mean, how emotional he got. I mean, this kid takes this stuff very seriously. And, when you make a commitment like this, that this is not just betting on the kid's talent and athleticism, which we know are there. I mean, this is a kid that has really, really good character, and this means just so much to him and his family. And, he's such a blue-collar player. I think he's going to fit in great with our community and our players and in every way. And so I think we're just going to get even a better version of him because of this.
Winter meetings, definitely a time of the year where deals get done, a lot of banquets, a lot of conferences, a lot of cocktails over dinner. Matt, how active are the conversations?
Yeah, we're certainly busy. We have a lot of lines in the water at the moment. At the same time, this is a date on the calendar, and look, we don't have to get anything done here. We're certainly open to it, and we're going to be very, very busy this week. But look, we want to ultimately put the best team on the field on opening day. And so, this is certainly an opportunity for everybody to get together, potentially accelerate some of those conversations. But for the most part, we're just going to do what we can to help the team both this week and through spring training and up until opening day and beyond.
Well, spring training is going to be awfully exciting, Matt. Looking forward to pitchers and catches reporting in a couple of months and, seeing one of your newest signees on the field throughout the course of February and March.
Yeah, we're excited as well, Greg. Thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate you.
Get some good barbecue while you're there.
Okay, deal. I'm in.
All right, man. Yeah, thanks so much. Take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. The teams I trust to take care of the water to protect my family are Guthrie and Fry. They've provided expert advice, quality service, and reliable water since 1974. What really sets them apart is their level of customer service. Before, during, and after the transaction, they're going to take care of you like they take care of me. Owners Sue and Rob are well-known and very generous in the local community. They will take care of all your water needs. GuthrieFryWater.com.
Better water makes a big difference. Guthrie and Fry.
If you found yourself in a desolate wilderness, wouldn't you feel better if someone who knew the way out was there with you? When life becomes uncharted territory, rough terrain, find refuge, shelter, and safe haven in Christ. Hear more on this from Dr. Michael Ziegler this week on The Lutheran Hour.
The Lutheran Hour, Sunday mornings at 6:30 on WTMJ.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Securities brokerage Charles Schwab closed its downtown Milwaukee branch office located in the 411 East Wisconsin Avenue high-rise. Clients are instead asked to use its branches in Brookfield. A new Caribou coffee shop opened on Capitol Drive in Brookfield at the end of November. It refilled a former Peppino's pizza space. A 32-story tower would add 381 apartments to downtown Milwaukee upon its planned completion by early 2027. It could also join the ranks of the world's tallest mass timber buildings. It is proposed next to the Performing Arts Center on Edison Street. This is Sean Ryan with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
Business headlines sponsored by the Pfister Hotel. Make your reservation today and visit thepfisterhotel.com.
For 130 years, the Pfister Hotel in downtown Milwaukee has been delighting guests with impeccable service, luxurious accommodations, and an unmatched standard for excellence. Celebrate your next special occasion with a stay at the Pfister. Enjoy fine dining at Mason Street Grill and Cafe at the Pfister. Pamper yourself with a service from the Well Spa and Salon. Take in live music with the best views of the city from Blue, the 23rd floor cocktail lounge. There's always a reason to celebrate with the Pfister Hotel. Make your reservations at thepfisterhotel.com.
At Annex Wealth Management, we believe every portfolio tells a story. After all, we've analyzed thousands. Some reflect diligence and fortitude, others a mishmash of overlapping investments. When Annex reviews your portfolio, we spot what works, what might not, and then provide unbiased suggestions free from sales commissions. Every portfolio tells a story. Let's work on yours. Investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning. As a fee-only fiduciary, that's our story. Head to annexwealth.com.
Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive is bringing us all together again to collect toys for children in need.
Join Capco and WTMJ for a celebration of gift giving on December 9th at the Kasmeric Center in Grafton.
This is more than just a toy drive. It's kids helping kids.
We are learning about the importance of gift giving along with other kids and families all over southeastern Wisconsin.
Experience the joy of giving on December 9th.
And don't forget to bring toys.
Help us make a difference this Christmas. Visit kidstokidstoydrive.com.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave. Don't treat yourself like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Deb's Traffic sponsored by Roto-Rooter, the sewer and drain experts you've trusted for over 85 years.
Who should you call when you have a clog? Bathtub, kitchen sink, laundry tub. Trust Roto-Rooter for all your clog needs.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
GetRoto.net.
The place to get caught up, to speak out, to connect and be entertained. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It's 4 o'clock. I'm Greg Natzik. This is Wisconsin's Afternoon News for Monday, December 4th. And your top story, a big deal for the Brew Crew.
I'm Amy Taylor. Life-threatening injuries for a Milwaukee police officer.
I'm Debbie Lozigan. We're looking okay. Southbound 43 is a bit backed up from before Silver Spring all the way down to past Locust, back on the brakes through the Marquette. On the northbound side, slowing down from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way up past Keith. Southbound on 41, backing up from Silver Spring down past Capitol Drive. And then westbound 94 heavy from about 20th Street all the way through to Mitchell Boulevard. I'm Debbie Lozigan with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, light snow. Don't expect much, less than an inch with a low of 31 degrees. Rain, snow early tomorrow. Cloudy skies with a high of 40. It's 36 degrees in Milwaukee. At 4:01 from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the Brewers announcing they've agreed to an 8-year, $82 million extension with shortstop prospect Jackson Chourio before he's ever even stepped into the batter's box at American Family Field. Brewers general manager Matt Arnold tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
This is not just betting on the kid's talent and athleticism, which we know are there. I mean, this is a kid that has really, really good character, and this means just so much to him and his family. And, you know, he's such a blue-collar player. I think he's going to fit in great with our community and our players and in every way. And
the deal for the 19-year-old center fielder is the largest in baseball history for a player that has not made his major league debut.
The former partner of Milwaukee Police Department officer Peter Jerving, who was killed in the line of duty in February, is battling life-threatening injuries himself after a car crash with a semi-truck. Our news partners at TMJ4 News are reporting that Officer James Nowak was involved in the crash Sunday night in the 6600 block of Pennsylvania Avenue. Nowak was the only occupant of the car. He was taken by ambulance to Freighter. The driver and passenger of the semi-truck involved in the crash were not hurt. Police say they stayed on the scene and cooperated with investigators.
Waukesha County Board Chair Paul Decker announces his retirement and won't seek re-election this spring. Chairman Decker appointed to the county board in 2009 and has served as county board chair since 2012. In a statement, Decker says he's grateful to have served the people of Waukesha County to make it a, quote, vibrant place to live while holding the line on taxes. The county board will select a new chair following the spring election in April of 24.
The minefield of online shopping is in full effect this holiday season.
If you fall for an online scam, Stir Advertising and Integrated Messaging social media director Josh Arter tells WTMJ now it's not the end of the world.
Banks are really good, especially credit card companies. They're really good at tracking fraud in general. They're pretty good at reimbursing you for it.
That's probably going to be your best bet because while scam websites are often designed to look real, including contact information, Arter says once you make a purchase,
they make it incredibly difficult to get a phone number, email, to kind of contact them to fix all that.
Wyatt Barr-Marpuli, WTMJ News.
A local Milwaukee church channeling the spirit of giving this December.
All People's Gathering Church giving out 1,500 pounds of produce, dairy, and bakery goods 3 days a week until it's gone. Food justice advocate and garden educator Susan Holte tell WTMJ.
We're working on people getting back to healthy food, helping get kids off of spicy chips and packaged meals like mac and cheese. Great to hear the parents talk about all the different foods they're making their kids like.
She said over 250 total families come every week, and they get to take home foods such as dragon fruit and try healthy recipes they normally don't use.
When you're here, everything's free, and we can give you a quick little recipe, and you can go home and decide if you like it.
Julian Johnson, WTMJ News.
Free produce happens every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from noon to 4 at their church. Well, the Packers have moved into playoff position following last night's win over the Chiefs. Green Bay travels east to face the Giants 1 week from tonight. Bucks take on the next Tuesday night in the quarterfinals of the NBA's inaugural in-season tournament. And at college basketball, Marquette falls to number 8 in the latest AP Top 25 poll. The Wisconsin Badgers enter the polls, checking in at number 23.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 4:05.
This report is sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more. SidingUnlimited.com.
Happy holidays from Siding Unlimited. From all our talented American craftsmen, our office peeps, and our families, too. Siding Unlimited, Wisconsin's best contractor for defending your house, has nothing to sell you to put under that Christmas tree. Siding Unlimited sells big stuff. They insist on installing it for you, too. Doors and windows, roofing solutions, quality siding, and decks. Long, brutal months follow the holidays. You could talk now with Siding Unlimited about doing battle with Wisconsin's famous winter weather. And then they could get to work for you early next year. I guess you could put a picture of new doors and windows under that tree. Start at SidingUnlimited.com or drop into the unique outside-in Siding Unlimited showroom, 665 Larry Court in Brookfield, so we can personally discuss your happy holidays.
Don't let your retirement sit on the sidelines. It's time to put a plan in place. Hi, I'm Aaron Kowal, president of Kowal Investment Group, the retirement specialist. We know you've worked hard to build a life for the ones you love. Now it's time to ensure you get the most out of your retirement. If you have $750,000 or more in retirement assets, schedule your complimentary retirement review with us today at thekowalway.com or call 262-522-4040. That's 262-522-4040.
Kowal Investment Group is a registered investment advisor.
So I came to Advent because I was experiencing recurrent sinus infections. As a new mom, it was really kind of difficult.
Many of our patients complain of sinus infections. The headaches, fatigue, and nasal stuffiness have a profound effect on their lives.
I just felt like your sickness starts affecting your energy level and, the things that you really enjoy doing. That really was a breaking point for me.
So Molly came to Advent. Abnormally tight sinuses and swollen turbinates led to simple breathing triangle solutions that ended up taking about 20 minutes in office. And very soon thereafter, she was breathing freely.
I'm just in awe at the amount of air that that I'm able to breathe in and out each night, and I haven't had a sinus infection since the procedure.
I'm Dr. Madan Kandula. When you breathe well, you do live better.
Results may vary.
Why wait for Black Friday when you can save every day? Hasseless Mattress introduces Black Friday Plus. We've gone rogue and activated Black Friday deals through December 4th on Sealy Posturepedic, Beauty Rest, CertaPerfect Sleeper, and more. You get the everyday, way low Hasseless price, plus additional savings, plus free next day delivery, plus free memory foam pillows on select mattresses. Get a Queen CertaPerfect Sleeper Oakmont A mattress. Other stores sell it for $14.99, but our Black Friday Plus price is just $8.88, plus 2 free Remy memory foam pillows. Other stores sell the King Sealy Posturepedic Golden Acres A for $17.99, but you can get it now for just $10.95, plus the free memory foam pillows. Big savings on Beauty Rest too, and employee-free, hassle-free showrooms. Not just on Black Friday, but every day. Black Friday Plus, today at Hasseless Mattress. Open 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you at hasseless.com.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is on the air. Broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Here's Greg Matzek.
Greg Inford's on this week. Amy Taylor's in for Greg this week, I guess.
I guess I'm playing the part of Greg right now.
Yes. You having fun doing it?
I'm pretending I know all the things like the Bucks host the next Tuesday night in the quarterfinals of the new in-season tournament.
Yes, you nailed it.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You didn't rush it either. It sounded very natural. Debbie's got to look at the roads all day today. Sam Butson producing the program today. So one member of the Wan family this afternoon, I should say this morning, received a speeding ticket.
We are family around here. What happens to one happens to us all.
Yes, and her name rhymes with ham. We got a notice this morning. We had our 10:30 meeting, a little show prep meeting. Sam is going to be a few minutes late because she's been pulled over. What happened, Sam?
It's been so long. I used to have a really bad lead foot in high school where I would get pulled over all the time. But it's been so long, and I thought I was doing so good, but I was, running a little late today and trying to make it through. And 94 has been, I don't know if y'all have the same experience, but there's a lot of speed traps going on 94.
Oh, sure.
And
it's definitely 94's fault.
Oh, darn 94. And I must have missed him. I must have missed him hiding behind that good wall, and the tears did not work.
How far over were you?
Whoa, hang on a second. Back up. Back up. The tears did not work? Is that what you just said?
I'm going to cry every time, right? Because, confrontation, I don't like getting yelled at. He's scary. He's doing his job. And he did not cut any mercy on me. It's fair. He's good at his job.
I know he's never seen anyone cry before with the speeder.
Right. I didn't. The waterworks didn't work on him. And it was only 10, 15 over.
You're about to say 4, and I think you corrected yourself there. Okay, you got to paint the picture here now. Where exactly were you on 94? Here's the reason I ask. Because it goes from 70 to 55 in the snap of a finger.
Even down to 50.
That's kind of a joke. I never really understood that. I know there's a lot of merging and things happening. That seems a little drastic to me. So where were you in that stretch?
I got caught right after the ballpark where it goes down to, I believe, 50.
Right. That's a nuisance.
Yes.
And you were eastbound. You were coming into the city.
Yes, that's right. I'm from Waukesha, so I'm coming in.
Yeah, there is a lot of merging going on there. I kind of get that. But I yet to consciously think about it. Listeners,
it's not a handy
drivers.
merge either. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Because that interchange has always been a kind of a weird thing because it's an exit to the left or exit to the right. It's weird.
And everyone's slowing down there because of the turns and everything. So I'm I'm late. I got to go. But they found out about the speed trap before I did, I guess.
Deb, is the speed limit 70 on 94 anywhere? Is it really that high?
I want to say in Waukesha.
Yeah,
I want to say in Waukesha County.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure where it changes. Well, obviously it must change over right around
Von Mar. It picks up to 70.
Okay. Yeah. Right around that area. But yeah, it's kind of the same thing happens on 41. By the way, if you're coming southbound, you're at 70, and then all of a sudden you cross into Milwaukee County around Good Hope, and it's like. So.
All right, so why does that happen? Do you know why it cuts down so dramatically when you get near the Marquette interchange?
I think at that point it is congestion, and then it's so many mergers happening there that they want to try and control it.
Well,
I don't know if
right.
But if you think about it, they once they widen everything, with the idea that they're eventually going to come up with. I don't know what it is. Husband still thinks it's going to be double-decker. It's not, but
you're talking about 794.
Well, I'm talking even 94 west of the Marquette towards the stadium. I mean, that stretch right there is like not scalable at all. It needs to have more capacity, and it just doesn't right now. And that's why I think since everything is so narrowed down, it's like a bottleneck right there. And I think that's why they want to control the speeds there.
Yeah, that makes sense, Deb.
Sam, we apologize. Was it a point deal? Was there a fine? Both?
Whole deal.
Going to traffic school?
I might as well pop in there. You know, if I roll up with Jeff Wagner as my lawyer, things might change.
He used to do it for an old buddy. Maybe you could get him to go in.
There you go.
But you want the judge to look favorably on you.
Well, we apologize,
Just kidding,
Sam.
Jeff.
We understand why you were 5 minutes late
I
today.
appreciate it,
That's
y'all.
okay. Well, we'll help her out. We'll set up a little GoFundMe page for Sam.
Please.
We'll relay that to you coming up after the break. It's 4:13 on WTMJ. Have you ever thought about getting a pet for the holidays? Some believe it's a terrible idea. Some would prefer if you went down this path. We'll explain after this.
WTMJ's John Mercure here. Join me as we count down to the RNC in Milwaukee. We'll talk to the biggest names across the political landscape. Mark Cassie's the editor-in-chief of the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Every national outlet in terms of the media is going to have a key spot around the arena. So they're going to be working on that over the next couple months.
Full podcast available on WTMJ.com or text RNC to the Old National Bank talk and text line 855-616-1620 and get a link sent directly to you. It's the countdown to the RNC podcast, only here on WTMJ.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Excel Concrete Coatings, the family-owned company that transformed my garage and will give your concrete surface a brand new look, feel, and function. Colder weather, perfect time to redo your commercial space with a beautiful new coating on your concrete floor. Or one of my buddies here got the scary old laundry room redone. And with Excel Concrete Coatings, it's quite affordable. Most projects start as low as $1,500. Call the owners of Excel Concrete Coatings directly. That's Greg and Luann. ExcelConcreteCoatings.com.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's huge gift sale is going on now. We're your one-stop shop for the holidays with a huge selection of unique gifts at unbeatable prices, like a special buy seat cushion and back massager, $34.99. Assorted Eskimo brand ice fishing shelters and augers on sale now in select locations. 8-pound bags of KT Sunflower Hearts and Chips Birdseed, just $15.99. And select Duke Cannon personal care products, buy one, get one half off.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Dave Draycamp Heating. What's even better than a perfect gift under the tree? How about a safe, warm home for you and your family to enjoy during the holidays and all winter long? But since this isn't quite in Santa's wheelhouse, probably best if he sticks to toys. Leave the home comfort to Dave Draycamp Heating. Have you been putting off having your furnace inspected? Maybe because you don't want some sales guy coming over trying to talk you into buying something you don't need? Trust my friends at Dave Draycamp Heating. They've ensured my family's comfort for years, and they never come over to try to sell you anything. Dave Draycamp's expert technicians give you an honest assessment of your situation and will thoroughly explain all the options, whether you need to repair, simply maintain, or replace. Even the jolly old elf himself can't do what the heating experts at Dave Draycamp Heating can do. From safety checks and routine maintenance to an entire new comfort system, they'll save you enough money to buy the rest of those gifts for years to come. Get a free estimate on your home's comfort today. Visit DaveDraycamp.com.
Traffic is sponsored by Evans Transportation Services. Thank heavens for Evans.
Rely on one company for accounting, shipping, and tracking. Evans Transportation Services. Family owned for 40 years and continuing to grow. Evans Transportation Services in Delafield.
Traffic and weather, it's 4:16 on WTMJ. Let's check in with Debbie Loziga. Hi, Deb.
Hey there, we've got an accident, and it is on westbound 94 leaving the Marquette interchange off on the right shoulder. Just something to keep in mind if you're coming through the Marquette. It is going to be slowing down from about 25th Street through the Stadium interchange as well. Now, southbound 43 backing up basically from Silver Spring all the way down past Locust. You'll be back on the brakes heading through the Marquette interchange as well. And now we've got another crash as well at Highland Avenue. The right shoulder is blocked as well. So all that adding up to some nasty delays. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Might see a little bit of snow tonight. Anything that falls will be less than an inch of accumulation and likely gone sometime tomorrow. Expect a low of about 32 tonight, up to 41 tomorrow. Some lingering snow perhaps in the morning under cloudy skies. It's currently 36 degrees in Milwaukee at 417. So according to USA Today, the average annual cost of owning a dog is roughly $376 a month.
I can attest to that. I have 3 dogs.
That is over $4,500 a year.
It's really getting expensive. It is.
This is according to a recent survey of over 1,000 dog owners. So it's expensive. Right. It's a commitment. There's no doubt about it.
As they age, too, in particular,
Sure.
Health
it's
problems.
Far less
veterinarian.
expensive to own a cat. It's about $1,100 a year, according to ASPCA.
ASPCA.
There you are. The holidays are a time where people think a little creatively when it comes to gift giving or something they'll just do for the family, right? We've all heard of the family that got a puppy for Christmas.
It's so fun. They're so cute.
Yes, it was just sort of a way to add to the family.
Yeah.
Now, we got a dog last year in November, and we didn't seek the timing. The timing sort of sought us because we applied to adopt a greyhound after his racing career.
How long does that take, typically?
Well, you sort of get added to a list, and they bring in about 6 or 7 dogs a few times a year, and then you just sort of move up the list as dogs are adopted. So we got Knight about a year ago, and he's fantastic. He is a wonderful, wonderful dog.
They're very smart, huh?
Smart dog. He is
easy keepers.
He's big, too. I mean, he's jet black and 78 pounds, and he's chiseled.
He's big.
He's a big greyhound. He's extremely fast, as you might expect.
Cool.
Some shelters are overcapacitated. That's part of the issue here right now, that the Humane Society in Los Angeles or Chicago might be at 96% capacity. Not as bad here in Milwaukee. But there are also many who surrender a dog this time of year because they can't afford it anymore, or there's declining health. There's a myriad of reasons why a family would no longer be a great candidate to have a dog or a pet, just in general.
Right.
So there's some conflicting sort of thought behind this. While pets are always a popular gift, according to one story, shelter owners urge people to think long and hard before buying a dog or cat this holiday season. According to multiple media reports, pet surrenders are near an all-time high, and shelters nationwide are overcrowded. So what's the situation here in the state of Wisconsin? Humane Society of Wisconsin Director of Animal and Client Services is Rachel Hahn, who joins us on the air right now. Hey, Rachel.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
I guess just comment on, if you will, the thought that adopting a pet this holiday season is perhaps not the right thing to do. I don't know what the perspective is from somebody who lives in Milwaukee or the state of Wisconsin.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a little bit different for us here, and actually it's through some research that was conducted by the ASPCA. And contrary to popular belief, adoptions during the holidays or even gift adoptions can make for very successful placements. And that might seem counterintuitive, but really that data and research I was referencing is compelling. It found that the attachment to a pet adopted as a gift adoption is no different than a traditional adoption. So that is a little different than that belief that's out there.
Rachel, do we know why pet surrenders are at an all-time high? Is that because adoptions are at an all-time high because of the pandemic?
So it's not so much pandemic related as it is just some of the systemic issues that are impacting our community right now, from access to pet-friendly housing or just housing in general, to access to food and shelter for people. I mean, there's just a lot of systemic things in our community right now that are making it hard for individuals to live in our community, much less pet owners.
What is the the percentage of occupancy at the Wisconsin Humane Society? Are you over capacity? Are you in a comfortable range?
So I would say that we are right in that comfortable range right now. We are certainly always trying to do our best to maximize our capacity and support as much as we can, both within our community and within the communities that we support outside of our own community. So we do some transfer work with our partners in some of the southern states as well. But we are still seeing a decent number of cats and dogs coming into the shelter, but I wouldn't call this any higher than what we would typically see.
So, Rachel, let's talk a little bit about the really unpleasant side of this, in that the euthanasia rates are going up too as a result of this. Is that happening here in Milwaukee? And And, there's a difference between a kill and a no-kill shelter. Can you explain that a little bit for people?
Yes, absolutely. So I wouldn't say the euthanasia rates are increasing. At least that's not what we found in our organization here. I would say that individuals' access to veterinary care is something that we have been seeing a change in. So again, just like we're talking about those systemic issues that are impacting our community, from homelessness to lack of access to pet-friendly housing or resources such as food or shelter or water for themselves, certainly those resources are hard for a pet owner to get. And the access to veterinary care for their animals, between veterinary costs increasing in our community or just access points with vets that are located close enough to them that they can access through the transport that they have available to them, that does become a concern. And certainly affording any kind of medical care for their animals could be a concern too. But overall, we don't have any additional data to report on euthanasias increasing here. We have seen consistent euthanasia rates, so nothing out of the usual.
Rachel Hahn is the Director of Animal and Client Services for the Milwaukee campus of the Wisconsin Humane Society. So what's the consideration set? If I'm making the list here, considerations before adopting a pet, the holiday season or really any season?
Yeah, definitely. So during the holiday season, I think the biggest thing to really focus on, as I said, return rates of animals adopted during the holidays are no different than any other time of the year. But some things that you do want to consider is just making sure that, it's the right time. Many people during the holidays, it might be the right time because they have vacation time and they're able to spend more time helping their new arrival, their new animal adapt. So that could be an ideal time, depending on what kind of time off you have around the holidays. Plus, most people have been talking about adoption and considering a new animal for a long time. In fact, in a survey of 10,000 WHS adopters, only 3% of our clients express that they've been considering a new pet for less than a week. More than 75% of people that come to us have been considering owning a pet for 6 months or longer. So, people that are coming to us are really coming with that thought process in mind. Some things to consider, if you're going to gift somebody an animal, you really want to make sure that that person wants an animal. Have they expressed that they want that? And then looking for a good match for their lifestyle habits and expectations, and thinking about what kind of supplies are going to be needed to provide care for that new animal and if that person will have access to those. We really do recommend gift certificates over gifting a physical animal. And that really is just that gives that person their own timeline to work on to make those kind of considerations.
So I'm assuming that the person coming to the shelter to adopt also has to go through a process of vetting, right, by you.
Yeah, so when they come to us, what they do is they fill out one of our adopter profiles. We just gather some more information about them, and then our counselors, our adoption counselors, work with that individual to try to help them find an animal that matches their preferences, their wants, their needs, and an animal that would fit well based on what they're looking for. And so that's really where we start to get into the nitty-gritty of the magic that our counselors do and learning more about that client, and then also really getting a chance to hear the client through some open-ended questions, learning more about what they're really looking for and how we can help support them. We really do believe that there's a match out there for just about everybody, and we want to make those matches happen. And finding out that information from them can really help support with that.
Really interesting information. Rachel Hahn is the Director of Animal and Client Services for the Milwaukee campus of the Wisconsin Humane Society. Rachel, great information. Thanks for hanging with us today.
Thank you for having me.
426 on WTMJ. Not a great day on the markets. All the indices finish in the red today. The Dow finishes down 41 points to close at 36,204 and change. The NASDAQ 500 also down today about 120 points at 14,185.49. The S&P 500 down just under 25 points to close at 45,69.78. For financial investment advice from a fiduciary, you can count on Annex Wealth Management. Check out their website, annexwealth.com.
Get the gift of savings Friday through Sunday, in-store only during Fleet Fest at Fleet Farm. Get a $10 gift card when you buy $50 in toys for the kids. Take an extra 20% off all varieties of wild bird food. And save $10 instantly on any $75 purchase for a limited time only with our seasonal savings coupon. Shop in-store this Friday through Sunday for even more Fleet Fest deals at Fleet Farm, where we have everything you need for everyone on your list.
Hey, don't go through another year with that awful joint pain. No, give a call to QC Kinetics. Make 2024 the year you are back to living normal life again. Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzik. QC Kinetics can give you your life back. In fact, they're the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. All natural treatments can help repair and restore that damaged joint tissue and give you pain-free movement again. That sounds pretty good. QC Kinetics has tens of thousands of satisfied patients all across the country. Knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain, whatever. They were able to get their lasting relief with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. So if you have pain from an old injury or maybe associated with arthritis, check it out. The future of medicine is here. It's regenerative treatments from QC Kinetics. Give them a call and make the most out of 2024. Get back to doing what you love. And don't forget, it's a great use of that HSA or FSA dollars that you've got. Call QC Kinetics. The free consultation awaits at 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474.
Hey, Sandy Max here. Have you heard about my friends at Three Pillars? They're located on 300 gorgeous nature-soaked acres in Dousman, with over 10 miles of walking and biking trails crisscrossing the Bark River. This serene setting is also home to Wisconsin's top-rated continuing care retirement community. Continuing care means every facet: independent living, assisted living, skilled nursing, and rehab. So whatever you need, Three Pillars is the best, and you deserve the best in your retirement. Learn more at threepillars.org.
Looking for top-notch personal protection? The Smith & Wesson Equalizer is here to level the playing field. Easy to rack slide, easy to control ergonomic grip. It's designed for you. With a 10, 13, and 15-round magazine included, size up for better control or size down for easier concealment. Don't miss out on the opportunity to upgrade your safety. Visit your local dealer now. To learn more about the Equalizer, visit smith-wesson.com. Smith & Wesson, empowering Americans. All capacity sizes may not be available in your jurisdiction. Be sure to check your local laws and regulations.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Traffic sponsored by Centex Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926.
Looking for a delicious value? Sendix Quality Friday Fish Fry is the best around. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
It's 4:30. I'm Wyatt Barmore-Pooley. Your top story: more than $80 million for a teenager.
I'm Debbie Loziga, and we've got an accident on southbound 43 at Fond du Lac Avenue off on the right shoulder. Something to keep in mind there. Otherwise, delays stretching from before Silver Spring pretty much all the way down to Fond du Lac. Northbound side, Fond du Lac up to Keefe is going to be that heavy spot. Got westbound 94 slowing down from 25th Street through the Stadium interchange. And just a heads up, the roads around Hart Park in Wauwatosa all gummed up. The holiday train is there. They're at their stop right now at Hart Park at the train crossing there. So got lots of music and a lot of stopped traffic since there's some roads closed through there. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight we're going to have a mix of light snow and wintry mix. It'll be less than an inch, a low of 33. Tomorrow, rain and snow early. It'll be cloudy with a high of 40. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Brewers prospect Jackson Chourio is going to be sticking around after inking an 8-year, $82 million extension before he's even played one Major League game. Brewers general manager Matt Arnold tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News today they've been working on the deal for a while.
Conversations going, frankly, for months, back and forth. Sometimes they accelerate, sometimes they slow down to the point where you think maybe we won't get a deal done. And we just kind of found the right chord with him, and it came together and just happened to come together here at the winter meetings.
The deal for the 19-year-old center fielder is the largest in baseball history for a player that has not made his major league debut yet. It's a big day in Wisconsin sports. The Packers are coming off a big win over the Kansas City Chiefs Sunday night at Lambeau Field, and they are riding high.
Packers head coach Matt LaFleur couldn't contain his excitement after the game.
Total team win. And you know what's scary?
We're starting to believe.
A young team that believes it can win is a dangerous one, says ESPN Milwaukee's Mark Tauscher.
It's a powerful combination when you have a really good young team growing, and then they start believing that they can do it.
If the season ended today, the Packers would be in the playoffs, and Tausch says they'd be a worthy opponent.
There's nobody that wants to play this football team.
Eric Bilstead, WTMJ News.
Up next, Monday Night Football against the New York Giants. The former partner of Milwaukee Department Officer Peter Jerving, who was killed in the line of duty in February, is currently battling life-threatening injuries after a car crash with a semi-truck. Our news partners at TMJ4 are reporting that Officer James Nowak was involved in the crash Sunday night on Pennsylvania Avenue. Nowak was the only occupant of the car. He was taken by ambulance to Froedtert Hospital. The driver and passenger of the truck involved in the crash not hurt. The police say they stayed on scene and were cooperating with investigators. Waukesha County Board Chair Paul Decker announcing his retirement. He says he won't seek re-election this spring. Decker was appointed to the county board in 2009. He's served as chairman since 2012. In a statement, Decker says he's grateful to have served the people of Waukesha County to make it, quote, a vibrant place to live while holding the line on taxes. The board will select a new chair following the election in April 2024. Free produce right here in Milwaukee.
All People's Gathering Church is taking on the food justice fight. Food justice advocate and garden educator Susan Holte telling WTMJ.
In the States, over 60% of our post-harvested crops are wasted, and over 30% are our foods.
She says they started giving free food after their garden grew too fast, and now churches and organizations like Feeding America partner with them.
We always have more, and we never want anybody to think it's only for the people who are without. Food justice is for all of us. Food should not be wasted. People should not go hungry.
Julian Johnson, WTMJ News.
The free produce is available Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 12 to 4 at the All People's Gathering Church in Milwaukee. I'm Wyatt Barmore Pooley. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News time is 4:34.
Tune in on Sundays at 10 a.m. for the AccuNet Mortgage and Realty Show. Join AccuNet's Brian and David Wickert for the most up-to-date information on mortgage trends, along with timely news on the real estate market. The housing market is in flux, but the national headlines don't often fit local market conditions. Find out what's really happening on the front lines of real estate and mortgage financing in Wisconsin and make better decisions by tuning in every Sunday at 10 a.m. The AccuNet Mortgage and Realty Show with Brian and David Wickert on WTMJ.
Set your independence in motion. It starts with PACE at Community Care. The program of all-inclusive care for the elderly, also known as PACE, offers complete medical and long-term care services. A team of dedicated healthcare professionals coordinates all aspects of care to support independent living as long as possible. Learn more about a community that cares. Visit joinpacewi.com or call 833-900-PACE. That's joinpacewi.com or call 833-900-PACE.
Through December 4th, Hasselus Mattress has activated Black Friday Plus additional savings, plus 2 free Remy memory foam pillows on select mattresses. Get a Queen Serta Perfect Sleeper Oakmont A mattress. Others sell it for $14.99, but our price is just $8.88. Others sell the King Sealy Posturepedic Golden Acres A for $17.99. Get it now for just $10.95. Big savings on Beautyrest too. Find an employee-free showroom near you at Hasselus.com.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here, and I've got something for all you guys who have not gotten your special someone a holiday gift yet. I'm betting that's a lot of you. Let me make it super easy for you. This Christmas, Pajamagram has your back with a deluxe gift set for her. One-and-done, luxurious present. This particular set includes the Smooth Seduction satin nightie and robe, plus a free satin eye mask, and it's all wrapped in an elegant satin keepsake bag. You heard that right. It's 4 gifts delivered right to your door, and it's ready to go under the tree. Silky, sensuous, glides over the skin, designed to make her feel amazing, and you'll like it too, you know what I mean? The Smooth Seduction Satin gift set is your ticket to a very nice winter season. Now don't wait. Get it before it sells out. You go to pajamagram.com today, and you get the Smooth Seduction Satin nightie, robe, eye mask, and keepsake bag. That's the Smooth Seduction Satin gift set at Pajamagram. Plenty of other styles to choose from as well. Tell them Vince from WTMJ sent you to Pajamagram at pajamagram.com. That's pajamagram.com.
It's never too early to start making your list and checking it twice. Give the gift of a delicious Milwaukee food and city tours experience this holiday season. From a walking tour on Brady Street to our tacos and tequila bus tour or our beloved Christmas bakery bus tour, we have something for all tastes. Plus, we're offering a 15% discount on all gift card purchases through the end of the year. Send your clients, colleagues, or family this delicious gift at MilwaukeeFoodTours.com.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on WTMJ.
Greg Matzik, Amy Taylor with you. It's 4:37 on WTMJ. Our favorite travel expert, Rose Gray, will join us coming up in about 6 minutes. So one of America's most famous entrepreneurs is stepping aside from one of his gigs. Mark Cuban is saying no to Shark Tank. He is bailing on Shark Tank. In fact, is selling his majority stake in the Dallas Mavericks basketball team as well. So Shark Tank, are you in or out on Shark Tank?
I'm totally in on Shark Tank. I mean, sometimes I get a little annoyed with like them making me wait for the decision, like
Sure.
all those shows that set you up and drag you along. But I think it's actually a great show.
Fantastic show.
Yeah.
Right?
And really cool stuff coming through on it.
Been on it for more than a decade. He's 65 years old. He's worth $6 billion. He's got a family. He's got a daughter in college at Vanderbilt, a couple others who will be getting to college before too long. But every time I think about Shark Tank, I think about a couple of different things. Number one, the items that were passed on that became huge successes, and then local products. Local people, state of Wisconsin, having a product they're looking for an offer for.
Hi, my name is David Scharfman, and I'm the owner of Just the Cheese, and I'm asking for $500,000 for 5% of my business. Wow. Now, I know what you're thinking. $500,000 is a lot of cheddar. Haha, and you're right. But our business is cheese, our cheese is delicious, and our business is booming.
Now, yeah, Dave Sharman did receive an offer, but it wasn't from Mark Cuban. Dave joins us on the line right now. What happened on that magical day?
So, as it turns out, he made me the best offer, and he and I just couldn't get to the number in the middle that we both were happy with. So, I politely declined. And, yeah, it's believe it or not, I have not heard that spiel that you just played in since basically my then 3-year-old daughter forced me to watch the episode again because I hate the sound of my own voice. So it was just like, oh God, what's happening?
But so it was a painful moment, but you're doing okay, right? Like I Googled you on Amazon and I saw the product.
So I actually sold that business. So my dad and I run a cheese company together, and that was a brand, like a department in specialty cheese company. And last December, I actually sold that part of the business to the John Sanfilippo Corporation.
Oh, I know that corporation. Nuts.
They own Fisher Nuts and a handful of other brands. And so we still make the product, but we now just make it for one customer, them. And yeah, they're looking to try to grow the business and let us focus on making our cheese, and so far so good.
So the product is Just the Cheese, and great partners here at Good Karma Brands for a number of years. And Dave Scharfman started the company. You're a cheese-making family. You developed a kind of a side hustle, not a side hustle here, but another great product. How did you even get it to Shark Tank? What was that application process like?
So I guess had a fairly unique process because they're like associate producers. A lot of their team, their job is to go look for companies to go apply. Like it never was even on my radar to apply because I thought there's no way we're going to get on. So it never would have occurred to me to go through the process. Someone from their team cold emailed our website, and I thought it was BS. I was like, yeah, this is spam, some sort of phishing, whatever. Then I got 2 voicemails in the next week from the same person. I was like, all right, I'll give this a shot, even though I think this is silly. Sure enough, they were a producer or an associate producer. They encouraged me to apply. It is a lot of paperwork. And so the first thing is, hey, who are you? What's your business? and then give a 5-minute monologue on your laptop camera explaining why you should be on the show.
So what did they like about your company?
I think it checked a lot of boxes. Family-owned, product was unique. Product had a strong track record already. We'd already done several million in sales on Amazon. And so there was they have lots of products that are just getting started. But I think, especially as I went through the process and talked to more senior people, they get excited when there's a product that's family-owned and already has success and doesn't have other investors, right? Like a lot of other products might be like, hey, they've gone through a couple rounds of funding, and they kind of know that the deals and the valuations that the sharks ask for won't work with their current investors. So we just checked a lot of boxes. Then I think what sealed the deal is the outfit my wife decided that I was going to wear on TV.
It's always a winning proposition if the wife decides.
Well, this is a division of labor. I was like, hey, I can just wear the cheesehead top hat and a regular suit. And she was like, absolutely not. You're going to wear that blaze orange suit, and that's what's going to get you on TV. And I get more people today complimenting the outfit, and they're like, oh, no, we didn't hear a word you said. That outfit was great.
It's an amazing story. Every time I think Shark Tank, I think about the deals that didn't go over well, companies that have risen to success. Certainly Just the Cheese is one of them. I do have another one we'll get to a little bit later in the program. Hey, Dave, good to connect, man. Glad things are still going well with the company, and you've certainly done great things beyond Shark Tank.
Appreciate it, Craig. Have a good one, man.
Yep, go Pack Go. Dave Sharpman joining us from Just the Cheese. She's the head cheese. She's Rose Gray of Fox Road Travel. She joins us next.
That's pretty slick.
On WTMJ.
Oh, man, I hope it's not another cold day out in Wisconsin.
When Old Man Winter comes knocking, we're here to help keep you safe in the thick of it.
Winter weather advisory tonight and power outages in River West.
Snowy skies will make way for sub-zero temperatures over the next few hours.
With severe weather coverage on WTMJ, sponsored by Fleet Farm, proudly serving the Midwest since 1955.
Hey, John Mercure here for Annex Wealth Management. Is your financial advisor a full-time fiduciary, not part-time where they switch into an insurance salesperson pushing a commission product? Annex is local, independent, and part of the community. And that matters. Their investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning teams are all based right here in Southeast Wisconsin. I've been meeting with Annex, working with Annex for more than a decade, and they'll meet you where you're at. If you're just starting out, there's Annex Ignite. Maybe Annex Comprehensive Wealth is the right fit, or Annex Private Client when you've got complex needs combined with high net worth. If market volatility has you worried, don't sit still. This is a time to move forward and be ready for 2024. Annex has locations throughout Southeast Wisconsin, Northern Illinois, in Florida, or always as close as your computer. The teams I trust are at Annex. Visit AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button today. We did that years ago. That's Annex Wealth Management. Check it out. AnnexWealth.com.
Artwork, especially original artwork, can be pricey. But when you take it in on consignment from nice people like you who are just ready to change the look of their home, you can price it right. And you'll find a lot of it at Design Exchange. Beautiful frame pieces by a number of notable artists. And new ones pop in all the time. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Now these tend to fly off the shelves. But don't worry, because our connection supplies us with a lot of them. Vintage ceiling tiles from once great old buildings in New York City that make for ultra-unique artwork. These items are definitely hard to find from anywhere else around here. So come take a look, and you'll probably find a treasure. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Traffic is sponsored by Weniger Compressor, ready to service any facility at pressureisoff.biz. Servicing world-class Wisconsin manufacturers for 9 decades. Contact Weniger Compressor at pressureisoff.biz.
Weniger Compressor.
Time for a check of the roads. It's 4:47. Here's Deb.
All right, we got a few accidents to deal with now. 143 southbound at Fond du Lac Avenue on the right shoulder. Another one just a little bit further on at Highland, again on the right shoulder. And then we've got another one on southbound 43 right past the Marquette interchange. It's off on the right shoulder there as well. So that's something that's going to be slowing you down for sure, all the way down from Silver Spring down to that point. We've also got delays on the northbound side, basically from the Fond du Lac Avenue area up to Keefe. Westbound 94 filling in from 27th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Might catch a flurry tonight. Any accumulation would be minimal, up to an inch perhaps, but don't expect much. It's going to be warm enough tomorrow to melt it away anyway. 31 your overnight low, up to 41 with some clouds tomorrow. Some of that snow hangs out in the morning. It's 37 degrees in Milwaukee at 4:48. She is back and always looking radiant and vibrant. You go on all these trips, Rose. I come back, I'm exhausted. Rose Gray comes back from a trip, and hey, when's the next one? She's always ready to go. Welcome back from your cruise.
Oh, thank you. I'm exhausted.
Okay.
It was a 2-day inaugural sailing. And the way these work is they invite the press and people who write for travel industry magazines and publications and travel industry people to show off the ship. That's the purpose of this.
It's PR for the ship.
Big time. But they have one previous to the naming ceremony, and then they actually have the actual naming ceremony. So if you've ever seen them take that big old bottle of champagne and smash it, that's when they say, we christen you the, whatever the name of the
Rose
ship is.
Gray.
Someday.
Did you get to break the champagne? Did you get to smash the bottle?
I didn't, but I videotaped this gigantic crane-like thing that this magnum of champagne smash into the bow.
How come it doesn't hurt the boat?
Because it is so strong.
So tough.
Yes.
Yeah.
Only an iceberg could do it damage.
Right.
Yeah.
Been there.
So we talked a little bit before we went on the air because I wanted to know, Greg, you have big ship cruised.
I do. It was about 10 years ago, a cruise of the Hawaiian Islands.
And
Yep.
Amy has not big ship
not,
cruised.
no.
And it's not a secret that I'm not a huge cruise fan. But when you meet cruise fans, you will know it. They just gush about the experience, why they love it so much, etc. So I was on Celebrity's newest Edge category ship. It was called the Ascent. What I love about the whole concept of Celebrity is it's the big sister, if you will, to Royal Caribbean. So if you were to say to me, we want to take the kids on an amazing trip that includes some Caribbean islands, some warm weather destinations, and I want stuff for them to do on the days we're at sea, I'd put you on Royal Caribbean in a minute. If you said, my spouse and I want to have a very quiet, wonderful experience that includes excellent service, fantastic cuisine, and a couple of ports of call, I would put you on Celebrity. So it's two completely different things. And as we talk about so often on the show on Saturday mornings, is it the destination, is it the itinerary, or is it a combination of both? And so this one, and certainly people say to me, Rose, you are well aware they're going to put their best foot forward when people like you are on this ship. They're going to show off. I said, but I know in my heart of hearts from having many people tell me about Celebrity in general, because this was my first Celebrity actual experience, that's the level of service and the level of cuisine and the level of entertainment you're going to get throughout your experience no matter when you go.
I think that sounds really great. I'm going Celebrity. How about you, Greg?
Well, I've done it before. We did a Disney cruise once as well with the girls, and that was a nice experience. It was pre-COVID, and I know things have changed a little bit, but that was a major hit to the industry. So it's nice to hear that cruising is making a bounce back because they took a major hit.
Big time. So 2023, they're projecting numbers are going to be higher than they were in 2019. And we're getting to a point now in the travel industry, and I think the world in general, where we have to stop stop comparing everything to 2019 because we just skipped 2021 and 22 because why those numbers are so skewed. We shouldn't. So we're past that now, and we are definitely going to make big numbers. These cruise lines bounced back, and the thing is, they really did take an unfair hit because remember, it was the Diamond Princess off the coast of Japan, where in February of 2020 we first learned of COVID. We learned there was an outbreak on that ship. Those passengers were quarantined for 2 weeks on that ship. They got everybody off. And although the cruise line has always been above board when it comes to health, if you remember, Greg, I bet you remember, every time you went into the dining room, you had to sanitize your hands 10
everywhere.
years ago.
Yeah, major hand washing
You go
stations.
to the casino, you're sanitizing your hands. So they were always very careful because they have another concern, which is norovirus. That's very, very contagious. Some things have changed. Back in the day, you used to be able to go through the buffet. You hear about the buffets on the cruise ships, right? And take your own food items. That's not the case anymore. You're pointing out what you want, and somebody's giving it to you and handing you your plate. So they've taken that into consideration. They talk about it, about health concerns and how you should be careful. The forever and always, that's what they're talking about. But again, they bounced back. They bounced back, and they're doing a great job of it. And so I say this. What do I tell you about big ship cruising? If you are interested in it, work with a professional. Work with somebody who can have the kind of conversations we just had. What are you looking for? Do you need your kids to be entertained when you're at sea? Do you want a jam-packed itinerary? Is the itinerary really a cruise-type itinerary? We're all talking about going to Europe. That's kind of a land-based itinerary for most people, but not really, because you can do a med cruise. You can go through the Greek Isles. You can go up the coast of Turkey. There's lots of beautiful ways to do that. And the other thing about being on a cruise is if by chance there is bad weather, you just circumvent the whole problem and go to a different port of call or miss a port if you have to. If you're hunkered down in a Caribbean island or the Caribbean side of Mexico and there's a hurricane or there's tropical storms, you're sort of stuck there. So, yeah, it was a great time. I was very, very thrilled. I want to mention this because I was so tickled by this. So what the claim to fame of the Celebrity Ascent is that they have two captains that are brothers from Greece. Never in the history of celebrity or cruise ships in general have there ever been two captains named, and they're brothers, which is very cool. So then they went up themselves. The godmother of the ship is sisters. So it's two girls, one of whom you may know, which is Captain Sandy from Bravo's Below Deck.
Which is a really fun show.
Yeah.
Excellent kind of cotton candy for the brain show if you just want to chill out, and it's fun. It's a reality show.
It's a reality show about living on a private, having a vacation on a private yacht.
Yeah.
And Captain Sandy is the captain, but her sister Michelle started and is the executive director of a school in Philadelphia for autistic children.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
they made them co-godmothers. So it was a very special night, and I felt very, very special. And the fireworks were going off. And whenever I've been on several inaugurals before and namings, the small ships around the harbor are blowing off water cannons.
Where were you?
In Fort Lauderdale, the Port Everglades.
So you go right there, and you don't actually go out and cruise.
You do. You bob around for 2 days and do nothing.
Okay,
and then
that sounds
come right back.
I can do that.
Just so, but I mean, they really do wine and dine you, and they do really. But I have to tell you, the cuisine, outstanding. Wine selection, amazing. So
we think you should
highly
have your own
recommend.
reality show.
I think so too.
Right? Just follow Rose around?
I think so. I think we're going to call it Queen of Travel.
Okay.
I
love
you
it.
can see I've put some thought into this.
Yes,
so.
it's not a surprise discussion there. So we are looking forward. My wife and I are working with some of your staff to plan an Italy, Switzerland trip sometime in summer of 2024. And we're off and running with that. Itineraries are coming our way, so we appreciate working with Fox World Travel.
Thank you. And again, I can only tell you that it's the relationship you build with your travel professional that will get you the amazing kind of trip that will make memories for you and your spouse, you alone, you and your family, whatever it might be.
Well, looking forward to it. Fox World Travel Show here every Saturday morning here on WTMJ. Rose Gray stops by to see us every once in a while here on the afternoon show. Thank you, Rose.
My pleasure.
4:56 on WTMJ.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for one of the very special places in our community. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. They offer early memory loss classes. They take care of people in your family who have dementia symptoms or other related cognitive declines. I'll tell you what, I've been in their facilities. They're special. They're incredible. I have an aunt who's in a facility. I know what it means to make sure your family's in the right place. That's Azura. It's compassion and empathy. Wisconsin-based and family-owned. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living, AzuraLiving.com.
Well-changing question. Are you keeping as much of your investment gains as possible? High taxes can erode returns quickly, so you need a tax-optimized portfolio. At Creative Planning, our money managers and specialists work together to make sure your portfolio and wealth are managed in a tax-efficient manner. It's what you keep that really matters. Why not give your wealth a second look? Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Securities brokerage Charles Schwab closed its downtown Milwaukee branch office located in the 411 East Wisconsin Avenue high-rise. Clients are instead asked to use its branches in Brookfield. A new Caribou coffee shop opened on Capitol Drive in Brookfield at the end of November. It refilled a former Peppino's pizza space. A 32-story tower would add 381 apartments to downtown Milwaukee upon its planned completion by early 2027. It could also join the ranks of the world's tallest mass timber buildings. It is proposed next to the Performing Arts Center on Edison Street. This is Sean Ryan with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
Hey, this is WTMJ Steve Scafidi for Omaha Steaks and OmahaSteaks.com. Have you ever struggled with an idea? What do I buy someone for Christmas? Well, last year I was that person. You know what I did? I had delivered Omaha Steaks to my friends and family members. Omaha Steaks, they're great packages, all the quality, all the convenience, everything you need for an incredible holiday gift experience. They're great, tender, juicy, extra-aged steaks. They're mouth-watering bacon-wrapped filet mignons, a holiday gift favorite. How about their easy-to-prepare meals? And their curated gift packages, all guaranteed to make spirits bright all winter long. We made it easy for you. Go to omahasteaks.com, take advantage of 50% off site-wide, plus use our promo code WTMJ checkout. Get an additional $30 off your order. Hurry, because the Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals at Omaha Steaks will be gone before you know it. That's omahasteaks.com, promo code WTMJ at checkout for an extra $30 off your order. Minimum order may be required.
St. Nick's Eve is Tuesday, December 5th, and Winky's Hallmark and Gifts has everything the jolly old guy needs to stuff the stockings. Candies and chocolates, children's books, ornaments, plush toys, winter hats, and so much more. Bring the fun back to holiday shopping at Winky's, where you'll find something for everyone on your list. Visit us on the corner of Silver Spring and Lake Drive in Whitefish Bay, or shop online at winkysgifts.com.
Gotta get to Winky's now. 1964, we've changed your tires and so much more. Richland's Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richland's.
The holiday season is right around the corner. Give the gift that's hard to wrap, but easy to give. Give them a Steel. Visit your local Steel dealer or go to steelusa.com/gift guide.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
Traffic sponsored by Roto-Rooter, the sewer and drain experts you've trusted for over 85 years.
The experts at Roto-Rooter unclog bathtubs, laundry tubs, kitchen sinks, or any plug drain.
Go Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Schedule online or use the Roto-Rooter mobile app.
Your locally owned hometown station gives you the news and what it means to you. Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It's 5 o'clock. I'm Greg Matzik. This is Wisconsin's Afternoon News for Monday, December 4th. Your top story, a brewer for the long term.
I'm Amy Taylor. Watch out for scams while holiday shopping.
I'm Debbie Lazica, and southbound on 43. We got a couple of accidents to deal with. One right near Fond du Lac Avenue off on the right shoulder. The other one is right through the Marquette. on southbound onto 4394. We've got backups basically from Silver Spring all the way down to about Fond du Lac Avenue. Westbound 94, heavy out of the Marquette all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. The eastbound side slowing down now too from 76th Street through to about 27th. I'm Debbie Lazigo with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Kind of a light snow, wintry mix thing going on tonight. Don't expect anything more than an inch, if that. Low of 32 degrees. Rain, snow early tomorrow. Cloudy skies with a high of 40. It's 35 degrees in Milwaukee at 5:01. From the WTMJ Breaking Newsroom, the Brewers announcing today they've agreed to an 8-year, $82 million contract with shortstop prospect Jackson Chourio. He's never yet played an inning of Major League Baseball. Brewers GM Matt Arnold explains to Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
This is not just betting on the kid's talent and athleticism, which we know are there. I mean, this is a kid that has really, really good character, and this means just so much to him and his family. And, you know, he's such a blue-collar player. I think he's going to fit in great with our community and our players and in every way.
The deal for the 19-year-old center fielder, the largest in baseball history for a player that has not yet made his Major League debut. Hear the full conversation with Matt Arnold coming up at 5:47.
The former partner of Milwaukee Police Department officer Peter Jerving, who was killed in the line of duty in February, is battling life-threatening injuries after a car crash with a semi-truck. Our news partners at TMJ4 are reporting that Officer James Nowak was involved in the crash Sunday night on Pennsylvania Avenue. He was the only occupant of the car. Nowak was taken by ambulance to Froedtert Hospital. The driver and passenger of the semi-truck involved in the crash were not hurt. Police say they stayed on the scene and cooperated with investigators.
Waukesha County Board Chair Paul Decker announces his retirement. He will not seek re-election this spring. Chairman Decker, appointed to the county board in 2009. He served as county board chair since 2012. In a statement, Decker says he's grateful to have served the people of Waukesha County to make it a, quote, vibrant place to live while holding the line on taxes. The county board will select a new chair following the spring election in April of 24.
'Tis the season for holiday shopping and for scammers.
If a deal is too good to be true, trust your gut. It more than likely is.
Stir Advertising and Integrated Messaging social media director Josh Arter tells WTMJ Now that during the holiday season,
Everybody wants to buy the latest and greatest hot item, and so a lot of these scammers will set up fake stores online.
Arter says people over 60 lost over $3 billion to internet fraud in 2022 alone. He says a good tip to stay safe is
Make sure you're shopping from reputable brands that you are familiar with. Make sure you're on their official website.
Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, WTMJ News.
Well, local Milwaukee church is channeling the spirit of giving this December.
All People's Gathering Church giving out 1,500 pounds of produce, dairy, and bakery goods 3 days a week until it's gone. Food justice advocate and garden educator Susan Holte tell WTMJ.
We're working on people getting back to healthy food, helping get kids off of spicy chips and packaged meals like mac and cheese. Great to hear the parents talk about all the different foods they're making their kids like.
She said over 250 total families come every week, and they get to take home foods such as dragon fruit and try healthy recipes they normally don't use.
When you're here, everything's free, and we can give you a quick little recipe, and you can go home and decide if you like it.
Julian Johnson, WTMJ News.
And the free produce is available every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon to 4 at the church. Well, the Packers are in playoff position following last night's win over the Chiefs. Jason Wilde joins us with the latest on the Packers coming up about 5:15. Brewers pitcher Wade Miley is back with the Brewers on a one-year deal worth $8.5 million, according to multiple reports. And the Bucks take on the Knicks Tuesday night in the quarterfinals of the NBA's inaugural in-season tournament.
Sounding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 5:05.
It's time for Extra Points, a sports commentary on Wisconsin's afternoon news. Here's Greg Matzik.
And just like that, the Packers are in playoff position. After a brutal stretch of 4 games, it saw the Packers get blown out by Detroit and blown out by Minnesota, with disappointing losses in between at Las Vegas and at Denver. Packers have rebounded behind upstart quarterback Jordan Love to win 4 out of 5, including back-to-back wins over first-place teams. About those wins, consider this. Against the Lions in Detroit, the Packers were coming off a short week, having defeated the Chargers the Sunday prior to Thanksgiving. Short week, no running back Aaron Jones, no Jair Alexander, no problem for a Packers team that destroyed the Detroit Lions. Last night at Lambeau Field, Love outplayed former MVP quarterback Patrick Mahomes in a 27-19 win over the Chiefs. Back-to-back wins. back-to-back wire-to-wire wins. Without Aaron Jones, the Packers won 2 games over 2 first-place teams without trailing for a single second. In the last 5 weeks, Love has been on a tear with 8 touchdowns, no interceptions. He's outplayed the likes of Pro Bowlers Justin Herbert, Jared Goff, and the MVP, Patrick Mahomes. Beyond that, Love is unequivocally outplaying every snap played by Aaron Rodgers a season ago. Is Love the guy moving forward? I'll let the recent results tell you the story. What he started the season with and what he's currently working with, the youngest roster in all of football, are currently in a position to be in the playoffs. Extra Point sponsored by All Right Home and Remodeling. When you want it done right, call All Right.
I'm Randy from All Right Home and Remodeling. Did you know that ROI on exterior home improvements are some of the highest? Some sources say new vinyl siding nets 76% ROI and stone veneer is over 100%. Chances are you've seen your property value increase pretty significantly in the past few years. Want to increase it even more and improve curb appeal? Beautify your home's exterior. There's some great tax breaks to take advantage of too. Call us today to set up a free consultation or visit ALLRITE-remodeling.com.
Did you know that a confident retirement could be just an hour away? Hi, I'm Aaron Kowal of Kowal Investment Group, the retirement specialists. Our firm has over 36 years of experience in partnering with clients to help accumulate and manage wealth throughout their retirement. Our comprehensive retirement planning process goes beyond specific asset management or estate planning requirements to learn about you, your passions, relationships, and lifelong goals. We truly want to understand you and your vision for retirement. Since we know that every decision matters as you prepare for retirement, we want you to walk away from this 1-hour consultation with the answers to your most critical retirement questions. When you have $750,000 or more in investable assets, we can help you identify the next steps to make sure you can retire well. If you're close to or already retired, give our office a call at 262-522-4040 or visit thekowalway.com to schedule your no-obligation retirement review.
Kowal Investment Group is a registered investment advisor.
A cancer diagnosis shouldn't mean we can't make plans. It shouldn't mean living without joy or optimism. Cancer shouldn't be calling the shots. At the Frederick and the Medical College of Wisconsin Cancer Network, we're pushing to put cancer in its place by pulling together teams of leading specialists and researchers who work tirelessly for breakthroughs, who are developing innovative ways to treat every cancer, to treat your cancer. And by providing the largest cancer clinical trials treatment program in Wisconsin, so there are more treatment options and more reasons to be hopeful. So let's keep innovating. Let's keep discovering. Let's push to make every cancer diagnosis a story of survivorship and bring back the lightness of life that cancer takes away. To learn more about breakthrough cancer care, visit frederick.com/cancer.
Set your game plan for a new baseball season with a 2024 Brewers 4-pack. Pick from 4 action-packed plan choices, each loaded with can't-miss Brewers games to fit your schedule and the best ticket prices. All available before single-game tickets are sold. Plus, when you buy a pair of 4-packs, you'll get a limited edition Brewers knit hat. Find the right plan for you today at brewers.com/4packs.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is on the air. Broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Here's Greg Matzek.
Greg Matzek and Amy Taylor with you. We are going to ride shotgun through Thursday. John McKeer off all week. We'll be at our Capco Kids to Kids remote on Friday. Come check us out, the campus at Capco Metal Stamping, as we do our annual toy drive, our Kids to Kids toy drive. A wonderful initiative going on 20 years.
Yeah.
All right, so she was in Green Bay last night. She was at the game. I will say this. I'm a little surprised. I thought the TV coverage would be more focused on Taylor Swift, but maybe because the Chiefs were losing and her boyfriend didn't have the greatest game. He was fine, okay, not great.
Not much to see there.
It was like maybe twice you saw her. I set the over-under at 5. I thought that was a good number.
We were watching the Packers. I mean, that was just unbelievable. Such a fun game.
So the other part of it is how the Packers treated the Taylor Swift extravaganza, right? So she gets to the stadium, she's in the bowels of the stadium, walking around, and there's media there. So you've probably seen on social media her walking through the bowels of the stadium. She ends up in a suite, and that's great.
In her red coat.
But they never showed her at Lambeau Field, nor should they have, by the way.
You think?
Right. I mean, she's all in red cheering on another team. Like, that's not who you want to support.
It's not what you know. We want the green and gold.
But I did find it interesting. So the city of Green Bay, through their Twitter feed, I thought had a very interesting tweet yesterday, very much knowing who was in town. The Green Bay Police Department on Twitter said, "Reminder, we are in week 13 of the NFL's regular season. The Packers are playing the Chiefs Sunday night at Lambeau Field. We should all be in our responsible driver era and opt for sober rides home. One thing you can't shake off is a swift ride to jail after choosing to drink and drive. This isn't 1989, so take advantage of rideshare or use Green Bay's Metro free game day bus services." They went on, just, highlighting Taylor's songs or things connected to Taylor throughout this lengthy Twitter post, reminding people how to behave on game day.
It'll be in your wildest dreams to navigate Titletown or something like that. I thought it was so cute.
It was really cute.
And a well-received message. I mean, I was looking at Facebook last night during the game, and I saw somebody actually complaining about showing Taylor Swift too much. And I was like, are you kidding? I barely saw her. Like, what is it?
It didn't happen.
Are people satisfiable? That's what I want to know.
Well, it's the same video you see on social media shot at a different angle, right? It's one entrance shot by 40 people.
And then I saw one shot of her in the beginning of the game sitting up in the suite, and a couple of people had shots on social media of her in the suite sitting next to other people. But, I didn't think it was too much. Did you? There's some interest.
Not at all. Very stark difference in how Taylor Swift attended the game versus Simone Biles, who was frequently on the field for home games. So she was on the field, and there were some fans that were saying hello to her, and she seemed gracious, and she's kind of doing her Go Pack Go thing. Her husband plays for the Packers.
Yeah, Owens, what did you think about that personal foul? Would you have called that?
Toward the end of the game, yes, Simone Biles' husband was called for a personal foul for knocking Patrick Mahomes on his butt on the sidelines. But
do you think it was just about it being the quarterback? It seemed like a lot of momentum, right? So
yes, that was 15 free yards.
Right. It really cost him. But was that, like, in your mind, he was turning his shoulder? Do you think he shoved into him to, kick his booty across the...
To me, the dude was still standing in bounds. If you're in bounds, you're fair game.
Yeah.
And the officials more or less decided he's a former MVP of this league. Let's not do that
Let's
anymore.
not hurt the man, please.
Very questionable calls down the stretch, really, for both sides, I would say. But the Taylor treatment, I thought, was... it's about what I expected it to be, but I just thought she would be shown on TV more.
Yeah, there wasn't that much fanfare, if
Not
you will.
Not much at all.
I could have done with a few more shots myself. I would have liked to see. But I saw today's, reaction shots of her gasping and cheering and looking worried. And
sure.
She's got a long career ahead of this if the relationship lasts.
Well, maybe she should play a concert at Lambeau. I don't know.
That'd be fun.
She was there. Jason Wilde was there, of course, covering the game. He joins us next. Green and Gold Insiders coming up in 2 minutes here on WTMJ. Hey,
Creative Planning presents Rethink Your Money with John Hagenson, Saturday afternoon at 1. Creative Planning is a wealth management firm that believes in a total approach to building wealth that includes taxes, insurance, estate planning, and other personalized elements. This approach allows you to receive advice that is aligned with your unique goals and always in your best interests. Why not give your wealth a second look? Visit creativeplanning.com.
Hey, radon is the leading cause of lung cancer in non-smokers. Been telling you about this for a few months now. It's time to do something about it. Hey, it's Greg Matzik reminding you to make a call to Lifetime Radon Solutions. Have the radon levels checked in your home. Hey, if you're in good shape, great. You will not need them to install a mitigation system, but you might be in the same position we were in at our home in Menominee Falls, where radon levels were a little out of control. Lifetime Radon Solutions came in. They installed a mitigation system. Took a few hours. Looks great. It's doing the trick. Most importantly, we got a safe area to play in the basement of our home, and we'll be spending a lot of time indoors during the wicked winter months. Lifetime Radon Solutions. Statewide coverage. They'll run a free test of your radon levels at your home. Just got to make a call. Get them on the schedule. Have them come out and do for you what they did for us. Visit them online at lifetimeradon.com.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here to talk to you a little bit about Town Bank. I've been with Town Bank for a very long time. Used to be with a different bank, a big bank here in Wisconsin. I didn't get the customer service that I needed, didn't have the banking solutions that my family counted on. Town Bank takes care of us big time. Do you check your bank account sometimes and feel like you aren't saving at all? This is a great example. At Town Bank, they view banking differently, and they actually want to see your savings grow. So they're saying maybe don't do the savings account. They have amazing CD rates. You can now earn even more, so you can sit back and relax and just watch it grow. Stop banking the same way, expecting different results, and start earning more. It's Town Bank. Best customer service, philanthropic in your neighborhoods. Online presence is robust. It's real. I pay my bills online. I use the app all the time, rarely go into the actual bank. And at Town Bank, they've got me covered. They have the best systems, and they just make it easy. For more information, go to townbank.us. It's that easy. Best bank, Wisconsin's bank. Town Bank. Bank differently with Town Bank. Member FDIC.
Small business owners can make a little of anything go a long way.
It's true. My bakery is made up of a little sugar, spice, and edible glitter.
Well, that's why U.S. Cellular is offering small businesses lines for as little as $19.99, plus $300 off any phone.
That's great. A little does go a long way. Unless we're talking sprinkles, everyone always needs more sprinkles.
Oh, of course. Get lines for $19.99 plus $300 off any phone today. U.S. Cellular. Built for business. Built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
Men's wedding bands made from whiskey barrels and meteorites.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Traffic is sponsored by Hall Mazda Milwaukee. Visit hallmazdamilwaukee.com.
Be our eyes on the roads. Report incidents to the WTMJ HallMazdaMilwaukee.com traffic tip line 414-238-9329. Visit Hall Mazda during Mazda's season of inspiration.
Another check of the roads at 517. Here's Debbie Loziga. Hey, Deb.
Hey there, we've got one accident left on 43 southbound at Fond du Lac Avenue. It is off on the right shoulder, so heads up with that. Delays are easing up a little bit, though. Got backups from south of Hampton Avenue all the way down past Locust and then right past that accident scene down into the Marquette. Northbound side is a bit tight from Fond du Lac Avenue up to Keefe. Eastbound 94 slowing down from just east of 84th Street all the way through the Stadium interchange. The westbound side slow from about 20th Street through to Mitchell Boulevard. And then on the bypass, heading southbound from just south of Beloit Road down and around the Hale to Forest Homes. Going to be another heavy spot. And don't forget, if you happen to see something on the roads we should know about, call the WTMJ Hall Mazda Milwaukee.com traffic tip line at 414-238-9329 and visit Hall Mazda during Mazda's season of inspiration. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Maybe a little bit of snow tonight, kind of a wintry mix sort of thing. Anything that falls less than an inch of accumulation, low of 31. Up to 41 tomorrow under cloudy skies. Little chance of wintry mix in the morning. It's 35 degrees in Milwaukee at 519.
It's time for Green and Gold Insiders on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
Well, he survived Swifty Fest 2023 at Lambeau Field. It was really more about Jordan Love. Jordan Love Fest last night at Lambeau Field. Amy, you were watching to the wee hours of the morning.
I literally jumped off the sofa and was jumping up and down in my living room like a complete freak. I had so much fun watching that game. It was exciting.
Incredibly exciting. He was there at the game last night. Wilde and Tausch's Jason Wilde joins us on the line from ESPN Wisconsin. 9 to noon, it's Wilde and Tausch. This is getting real now, Jason. This is fun to watch. This team has certainly found its stride. These last couple of games over first-place teams, both wins. Boy, incredibly impressive.
Yeah, it's hard to believe this is the same team that was 2-5 a little over a month ago, and I would argue that they're not. By the way, Amy, I was out feeding the deer. I was pouring corn, and since the last time we talked, I let them know to let their relatives know down by you, stay out of Amy's garden. Otherwise, she's going to sick these crazy people that want to kill you guys.
Please, I can't want them. Go to your house. Go to the Wilde's house. Right?
Yeah. So, look, first of all, it was great to see Taylor Swift last night. I stood in the hallway for about an hour up on level 7 just in case she came through so I could tell our youngest, Sydney, that I made the effort, but she did not come through there. She came through a different route. And then Jordan Love took over. And while I know there were plenty of people that were interested in her and how she was at the game and what she was wearing and whether the DJ would play a Taylor Swift song. What really mattered was this football team's playing really good football, and Jordan Love's playing really good football. And so it really is remarkable to look at the last 3 games. And Matt LaFleur made a comment last night that he really felt like something was different in that Pittsburgh game that they lost that was right before this 3-game winning streak. And they look like a completely different team. And now the question is, with a bunch of young guys, can they sustain this, and can they avoid getting a little too big for their britches when they're having success? And that was Matt LaFleur's job to do today, was to make sure that he reminded them what's gotten them to this point.
You know, the last couple of games I've watched, Jason, there was a clear, from the get-go attitude that had been missing. So against Detroit, they win the toss, they want the ball. And then it's a deep shot to Christian Watson. First play of the game, explosive. We are here. Mm-hmm. Yesterday, they don't win the toss, but they take the ball, and the first play's a little kind of razzle-dazzle to their rookie receiver, Jaden Reed. And it's just a throw caution to the wind sort of mentality, or maybe it's just more of an aggressive mindset, but that's been a sort of a significant shift here.
Yeah, there's no doubt that's what happened on Thanksgiving. Matt LaFleur intentionally did that. You know, I remember Mike McCarthy doing kind of some of these things too. I remember he had like a surprise onside kick in a game. It is a mentality. You're exactly right. And so it served them extremely well. It was really interesting, by the way, with that Thanksgiving game that, you know, Matt LaFleur actually considered calling off that deep shot to Christian Watson. And he texted Jordan Love the morning of the game and said, you know, I think we're going to go away from that. And Jordan was the one who said, no, keep it on. Let's do it. And he carried that through yesterday. Obviously, they didn't win the toss, so they didn't get to choose to take the ball, but they got the ball. And as you said, they were aggressive. You know, look, you got to execute, right? Like, it's all great to have an attitude and whatever else, but if you don't run the plays correctly and they fail, that doesn't matter what your attitude was. And what I thought was impressive was that not only did they have the attitude, but they had the execution. I mean, to score on both their first 2 drives again, it's hard to believe. Again, kind of going back to that same refrain, this is a team that went 5 consecutive games without scoring a first-half touchdown. And now they scored 3 in Detroit. They scored 2 more last night. It's almost like you don't even recognize them anymore, and that's a good thing.
So are we now at a point where it would be disappointing if they didn't make the playoffs? Like a month ago, it was I don't know.
That's where we are.
Maybe they'll be a top 5 draft pick, right? It's changed so quickly here.
No, Amy's 1,000% right. It is.
Wait, say that again.
You look at their schedule. Amy's 1,000% right.
Funny.
Not about the deer, but about this. And so I would say that, you know, I did not expect them to be a playoff team this year. Now, I will say that I thought they were going to have a strong finish looking at the schedule, and I thought, you know, I picked them to go 6-11. They're obviously already at 6 wins. That's not going to happen. But they've put themselves in a position now, especially looking at the quality of opponents that they have. They went through the toughest 3-game stretch of the season, and they went 3-0. Now, they also, early in the season, lost to teams that you would have expected them to win against. So I don't think they're going to go on an 8-game winning streak to finish the season. They're going to win these next 5. There's going to be a hiccup somewhere in there. But you're exactly right. This is a playoff team expectation now, and that's how quickly your fortunes can change in the NFL.
Pretty fascinating stuff. So they'll get another week of rest here. Did Matt LaFleur have an update on the wide receiver Christian Watson? Had a kind of a weird hamstring injury toward the end of last night's game.
Yeah, he's becoming the expert on weird injuries lately with Christian. It's just so unlucky for him because he's such a dynamic player when he's playing well. He did not have an update for us. We talked to him for 25 minutes, but we did not get a big update on Christian. You know, I think we'll find out more probably on Thursday. I think they're not going to practice Wednesday, so I think it'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday that they work this week going into a Monday night game. We'll see if he's able to do something on Thursday, but their offense is different when he's clicking. The guy's got 4 touchdowns in the last 2 games. You saw the touchdown catch he had where he went up and over the defender last night. He can make some really special plays when he's healthy and when he's locked in, and that's what he had been until that injury.
Well, if the playoffs began today, which they don't, the Packers would be in. Still plenty of work to do and a schedule that is favorable. It's a good word to describe who the Packers have left on their schedule. Jason Wilde joins us each and every Monday here on Green and Gold Insiders. Appreciate it, pal. We'll talk to you again on Friday.
And I'll talk to you later tonight.
That's right.
The football show at Potawatomi. So I look forward to that as well. All right, everybody. Take care. Be good.
You do the same. Jason Wilde joins us here every week. And yes, so we've got a Potawatomi Sportsbook football Monday tonight.Amy, you should come down.
Oh, just to hang out?
Bring your husband to Rock and Brews, right? We'll feed you, get you some bread pudding.
I'm hungry. What's bread pudding?
What? You've never had bread pudding?
No. Well,
Are you
I
serious?
kind of heard of it, but it's not, it's like an English thing, isn't it? Like, what are we talking about?
Bread pudding. You've never had bread pudding?
Is that something that I'm supposed to be getting at a bar? Like, what?
Well, Rock and Brews is much more than a bar. It's a delicious menu, 4th floor of Potawatomi Hotel Casino.
Let's be clear.
The food is fantastic, and there's no smoking allowed in Potawatomi anymore,
like that.
which is wonderful.
I love that.
So we're inside Rock and Brews. The day after or night after every Packers game, talking football with me and Gary Ellerson from 6 to 8. Come hang out, get a beer, catch a bite to eat. And
that sounds fun.
Monday night game will be on.
But bread pudding, is that
Their bread pudding is spectacular. It is over the moon spectacular.
So this will be after I have the beer and I eat?
Yes, shrimp linguine if you'd like, the grilled chimichurri steak, the garlic chicken is great.
Are you serious?
Yes, their food is fantastic.
You know their entire menu.
Yes, I do.
It's like you work there.
I've had like 80% of it.
It's literally like
we're at the last quarter of the season.
Nice.
It's 5:27 on WTMJ. Got headlines after this.
WTMJ's John Mercure here. I love my dogs, Bella and Baxter, an important part of our family. They're kind of like kids sometimes. And like kids, they weren't always listening, but I've got it figured out now. Thanks to Matt and his teams at Sit Means Sit Dog Training, our dogs are better behaved. They don't bark as much. They just listen better. They're happy, confident, obedient. Our house is a better house. Sit Means Sit Dog Training turned it around for us. Let them do the same for you. You can start with a free consultation. The website is sitmeansitwaukesha.com. Sitmeansitwaukesha.com.
Hey, thanks, John. Me again for Flanner's Home Entertainment. You want to upgrade your system, right? You want to watch what you want to watch in style. You can trust Flanner's Home Entertainment. Anything you need, they got you covered, big or small. TV, audio systems, Sonos speakers. They've got the big TVs. They've got smaller TVs. They've got the cables that you need. They've got all sorts of things that'll just make your experience better. And Flanner's is still all about quality and service. The best brands on display every day. Also, guaranteed best prices. That is the truth when it comes to Flanner's. Forget about the online risky purchases, the big box stores who are largely impersonable. You don't have great quality there either. You can shop Flanner's in West Allis and Grafton. You can also visit them at Flanners.com. Sound advice at the best price. It's Flanner's. Just press play.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's huge gift sale is going on now. We're your one-stop shop for the holidays with a huge selection of unique gifts at unbeatable prices. Like a West Bend 5-quart versatility cooker with tote, just $34.99. Save $130 on a Milwaukee M12 5-tool combo kit. Select Best Air odor reduction furnace filters, $8.99. And save 25% on select Carhartt logo sleeve hoodies for the family.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Have you heard about the game-changing jewelry store that's now open just in time for the holidays? It's Diamonds Direct on Mayfair Road in front of Mayfair Mall. Diamonds Direct, started by former diamond wholesalers who decided to stop selling to jewelry stores and start selling direct to the public. No middleman, no nonsense, no pricing games. It's the only store here with a nationwide low price guarantee. And the selection is mind-blowing. Hand-picked diamonds in all shapes and sizes, from a half carat to 20 carats. And case after case of earrings, pendants, bands, bracelets. It's like shopping 30 stores at once. Plus, Diamonds Direct has all the designer rings women want. Names like Verragio, Henry Dawsey, and dozens more. If you're getting engaged or thinking jewelry for any occasion, your timing is perfect. A real direct diamond importer has finally arrived in Milwaukee with values you never thought possible. Discover the jewelry shopping concept that's sweeping across America, now open here on Mayfair Road in front of Mayfair Mall. Learn more and get details at diamondsdirect.com.
Hi, John McGivern here. Did you know Network Health has Medicare Advantage plans that give you $25 a month back towards your Medicare Part B premium? That's $300 a year back in your pocket. Isn't that great? Call 833-7-NETWORK to learn more today. Network Health Medicare Advantage plans include PPO plans with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Network Health Medicare Advantage plans depends on contract renewal. Certain restrictions apply to the Part B giveback. Visit networkhealth.com/Medicare/extra benefits for details.
Traffic is sponsored by Weniger Compressor, ready to service any facility at pressureisoff.biz. Weniger Compressor salutes business owners who put the I can in American while treating their customers right.
Call up the boys at Weniger Compressor.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
It's 5:30. I'm Wyatt Barmore-Pooley. Your top story, a big contract at the winter meetings.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. Got a new accident now, actually a couple of new accidents. One on westbound 94, right about at Brookfield Road. The right lane is blocked, so delays are already stretching all the way back to about Moreland Road. We've also got an issue on 45 southbound north of West Bend. It's the US 45, I should say. Southbound is closed right now, right at Friendly Drive or Sandy Ridge Road, all because of a crash. So you'll need to follow the detours around that. Otherwise, southbound 43, actually still dealing with this accident at Fond du Lac Avenue, but for the most part, seeing most of the delays coming in from Capitol Drive down past that point. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Light snow tonight, less than an inch, a low of 33. Tomorrow, rain and snow early, cloudy with a high of 40. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the Brewers prospect Jackson Chourio is going to be sticking around in Milwaukee after inking an 8-year, $82 million extension before he's ever played a major league game, finishing the season last year in Triple-A. Brewers general manager Matt Arnold tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News they've been working on this deal behind the scenes for a while.
The conversation's going, frankly, for months, back and forth. Sometimes they accelerate, sometimes they slow down to the point where you think maybe we won't get a deal done. And we just kind of found the right chord with him, and it came together and just happened to come together here at the winter meetings.
The deal for the 19-year-old center fielder is the largest in baseball history for a player that has not made his major league debut yet. The former partner of Milwaukee Police Department officer Peter Jerving, who was killed in the line of duty in February, currently battling life-threatening injuries after a car crash with a semi-truck. That's Officer James Nowak involved in the crash Sunday night on Pennsylvania Avenue. Nowak was the only occupant of the car. He was taken by ambulance to Frederick Hospital. The driver and passenger of the semi-truck involved in the crash were not hurt. They were both traveling southbound. Police say they stayed on the scene and cooperated with investigators. Milwaukee County COVID vaccination rates are low, even as cases are on the rise. Only 9% of county residents have gotten the updated booster. It's even lower in the city. Chief Health Policy Advisor for Milwaukee County, Dr. Ben Weston, tells TMJ4 News this is a cause for concern.
Even if you've gotten vaccines in the past, that immunity doesn't last forever. It's just not nearly high enough to protect our most vulnerable in our community.
COVID cases have more than doubled since November. Pharmacies and city immunization clinics still open to residents. You can find more information on the Milwaukee Health Department's website. Free produce is right here in Milwaukee.
All People's Gathering Church is taking on the food justice fight. Food justice advocate and garden educator Susan Holte telling WTMJ.
In the States, over 60% of our post-harvested crops are wasted, and over 30% are our foods.
She says they started giving free food after their garden grew too fast, and now churches and organizations like Feeding America partner with them.
We always have more, and we never want anybody to think it's only for the people who are without. Food justice is for all of us. Food should not be wasted. People should not go hungry.
Julian Johnson, WTMJ News.
And I'm Wyatt Barmore-Pooley. Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News time is 5:34.
News sponsored by Holiday Automotive. Check them out in Fond du Lac, Highways 41 and 23, and online at holidayautomotive.com. Hey, Wisconsin, Greg Matzik here for Holiday Automotive in Fond du Lac. Add more joy to your holiday season and drive with confidence this winter in a new Chevrolet, Buick, or GMC. Or explore the peace of mind benefits of a GM-certified pre-owned model. Holiday's year-end sale is on, and it's the destination to get more vehicle for your buck, score enticing offers, and get more for your trade. Speaking as a longtime and loyal fan, I know you'll appreciate Team Holiday's relaxed, pressure-free way of doing things. The transparent, simplified buying approach, family atmosphere, and genuine guest care. It's the stuff that delights and makes fans of drivers from all over the Badger State. Put Wisconsin's #1 Buick and GMC dealer and Buick Dealer of the Year on your side and navigate today's car market confidently. Accolades are per 2022 zone sales records. Find yours and discover the difference during the year-end sale at Holiday Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, Highway 41 and 23 in Fond du Lac, and at holidaygm.com. It's worth the trip.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
When you're in pain, you're all ears to any and everybody telling you they can help you. And at Rejuvenex, we're one of them. And there are others. But the difference here is that in most cases, insurance covers the cost of our treatments because our proprietary and powerful pain relief treatments are FDA approved. Others, like bioregenerative options, aren't covered by insurance because they're not FDA approved and considered experimental. At Rejuvenex, our treatments are precisely administered to where your pain lives, to cushion and lubricate your affected areas to deliver long-lasting pain relief, sometimes as long as 2 years before our next treatment is needed. This is Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Pain Clinics. We can alleviate your pain, and that'll rejuvenate your life. It's pain relief. Really.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenex.com to request your appointment.
Retirement doesn't have to be complicated. Are you sick of all the fancy charts and investment mumbo-jumbo thrown at you to justify the Wall Street fees you're being charged? It's not the size of your nest egg that matters, but rather the income it can produce. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons, best-selling author and star in a brand new Hollywood documentary called The Retirement Deception. In this film, we traveled over 20,000 miles interviewing real Americans who have retired successfully with a great lifestyle and peace of mind. They share their stories on how they get more retirement income with the same dollar saved, and the money is never at risk if the market crashes. That's right, if the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even the super wealthy are shifting money to this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working years sooner. So if you're over 50 and want a bigger, better, stress-free retirement, call today to talk to a specialist and get a free copy of this brand new movie, The Retirement Deception. Call 800-857-7979. This is a $30 value, but when you call today, you get it completely free. Plus, I'll even cover shipping and handling, no credit card required. Call right now, 800-857-7979. 800-857-7979. That's 800-857-7979.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on WTMJ.
5:38 on WTMJ. Greg Matzek, Amy Taylor with you till 6 o'clock. So Brian Niznansky joins us, TMJ4, chief meteorologist. Brian, I have to depart the studios and arrive at Potawatomi Sportsbook Hotel Casino for a show at 6 o'clock. So there's no 6 o'clock news, and I will be on location on the air at 6 o'clock with Gary Ellerson doing a Packers Football Monday show from Rockin' Brews.
You better get moving.
So I've got a little time. We're going to do our normal segment, but the question is for you: what are the odds? Do I make it on time? Am I sitting in my seat at Rockin' Brews for a 6 o'clock show before 6 o'clock?
Depends on how long we chat for. So I keep you, and then affect the bet. But
at some point I'll just leave you. You can keep talking.
I give you a 40% chance.
That's it?
That's it.
Wow.
I think the parking and getting around at Potawatomi, you might have someone, you still look young. The guy's going to check you at the security.
Oh, sure.
Walking in the casino. So, I mean, you still, I don't know. That's pushing it, man. I'd be out the door now if I were you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to stay. I'm going to roll the dice a little bit because I enjoy talking to you. Hey, I must admit, I was watching a lot of people on social media when they arrived at Lambeau yesterday, members of the media. Snow was ripping, man. I was hoping to see a little more snow falling during the game. I thought that would have just added to the allure of the game, but really it wasn't necessary because the game was so darn good.
The game was awesome.
But a nice little hint of snow, a little hint of December weather in Green Bay. We saw it yesterday.
It was nice, yeah. You're exactly right. It would have been cool to have that ambiance snow going on. It pretty much was pregame, and then once the game hit, any snow moved out of there. But no complaints here. That was a fantastic game. So unexpected. I'm so happy that the Packers overshadowed, Taylor Swift's presence at Lambeau Field. It was fantastic.
Love to see that. Chance of getting some snow here in the next couple of days?
Yeah, so tonight there is another round of some very, very light snow that's going to move in and maybe mix with a little bit of rain. Lakeside water temperatures are still in the 40s, so that's going to hamper any accumulation near the lake. But I still think we're looking at like a half-inch snow on the grass for most of southeastern Wisconsin. That'll be late tonight and into tomorrow morning. Could have a few rain and snow showers linger through the day tomorrow, but if we get any minor accumulation, it'll occur late tonight and into tomorrow morning. High temperature tomorrow back up to around 40 degrees. And then, Greg and Amy, it looks great. partly cloudy skies and breezy on Wednesday, 42. Thursday, up to 50. And then Friday, partly cloudy and up to 54 degrees. So that's going to feel wonderful. You look even a little bit farther down the road next weekend, I'm watching a potential system that we're just going to have to keep a close eye on. This one could bring some accumulating snow next weekend.
Well, I like that we're getting into the 50s because that sort of warms the pavement back up. So when you do get that hint of snow falling, it tends to kind of go quickly.
Yes.
It doesn't ice over too quickly.
Yeah, super important. I mean, that will hamper. I mean, you get into the 50s, you get sunshine on Friday. If we get some snow to roll in here on Saturday, that initial accumulation is going to be tough. So, that'll help things out on the roadways. But we'll have to watch this one. This one on this weekend. I'm not saying it's guaranteed. We're still almost a week out here. But this is I think our first time that I'm looking at something going, oh, that could be a significant winter storm. So we'll just have to see how things play out.
All right, we will certainly do so. Glad you enjoyed the game last night, Brian. Glad you got a little bit of sleep. I knew some friends who went to the game. They pulled in about 2:30 this morning. It was a little slow going, getting out of Lambeau Field. Yes, always tough to make your way into work after a Sunday night game.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, no, it was worth it, though. Totally worth it. Now drive safe on your way to Potawatomi.
Sounds good. All right, Niz says 40% that I arrive at Potawatomi by 6 o'clock in time. Usually I get a buffer of the 6 o'clock news. There's no buffer tonight because we go right into the program on WTMJ and ESPN Milwaukee. We'll check in again with Niz on tomorrow's program. He wants me gone. All right, here we go. 5:42 on WTMJ. Hey, Brewers GM Matt Arnold orchestrated an unprecedented deal in Major League Baseball history. We'll detail the deal with the Brewers GM coming up on the other side. What made him make the move now? At this point of the offseason, December 4th. It's after this.
Start planning for your retirement today so you enjoy retirement tomorrow. Saturday mornings at 11 and Sunday mornings at 7, where Tony Drake and his Education First team discuss retirement trends, taxes, inflation, and Social Security benefits to help you achieve a more secure financial future.
Join us this week as we talk about year-end tax planning and how it can have a big impact on your retirement.
Retirement Ready with Tony Drake on WTMJ.
I am a leg man.
Like the legs on the Benoit dining room table at Penny Mustard.
Ooh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Customize your Benoit table with your choice of wood, stain,
size, shape,
edge, apron.
And don't forget about the legs.
These legs are made in the USA.
Yeah, the tables are too.
Come see the Envy Dining Room Table Collection, including the Benoit table, starting at $18.66, paired with palm chairs for just $5.33 each at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
'Tis the season for celebrating at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. Join them all throughout the holiday season for special events to get you in the festive mood. From spectacular brunch events to a holiday marketplace to one-of-a-kind dinner and a show experiences, St. Kate has a celebration happening nearly every week through the holiday season. Make a night of it and extend the experience by booking an overnight stay at the hotel. Special packages are now available. Make your plans today to celebrate the holidays with St. Kate. Learn more by visiting stkatearts.com/holidays.
Excited for the holidays? I know I am. Hi, this is Matt Elliott from Elliott's Ace Hardware. Looking to decorate inside and outside for the holidays? We carry a great selection of lights, trees, wreaths, decorations, electrical cords, spotlights, and even cookie cutters. Need a gift? We are happy to be called the candy store for big kids. When you think anything holiday, think Elliott's Ace Hardware in Elm Grove, West Allis, Pewaukee, and Muskego.
Sandy Max of WTMJ here. 'Tis the season of specials, and all through the night there are concerts and specials to my great delight. From Andrea Bocelli and John McGivern, too. Milwaukee PBS has specials for just me and you. So check out the specials and then watch them twice, because Milwaukee PBS is really quite nice.
Tonight at 7, enjoy Andrea Bocelli, Believe, with a special ticket offer for Milwaukee PBS donors. Tonight at 7 on Channel 10, Milwaukee PBS.
I'm Brett Matschke, and you're due for service.
Richlands.
Richlands Tire and Service Centers. 5 locations and all easy to find. Visit richlands.com when you're due for service.
Well, southbound 45 remains closed right now near Kewaskum because of an accident, so you'll need to follow those detours if you can. Westbound 94 pretty backed up with an accident blocking the right lane, basically at Brookfield Road, and that's got delays all the way back to Elm Grove Road. Southbound 43, that accident at Fond du Lac Avenue has been cleared, but we do still have delays on the northbound side, basically from Fond du Lac Avenue up past Keefe. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Well, big news made today by the Milwaukee Brewers. The team signs outfielder Jackson Chourio to an 8-year contract through 2031. There are club options that could keep him around through 2033. It's an industry record commitment for a player who has never played a single inning of Major League Baseball. This deal could be worth over $100 million for a player who is 19 years old. Joining us on the line right now is Brewers Senior Vice President and General Manager Matt Arnold, who orchestrated the deal. Matt, thanks for joining us today.
Hi, Greg. Thanks for having me.
Are you doing okay getting around the hotel? It's like a city on its own out there in Nashville.
It really is, and I get stopped every four feet. It feels like, and it's a really cool place to be, and there's so much good energy here right now with all the baseball fans, and so it's awesome. And today's, like you said, it's another great day for the Brewers here to have this agreement with Jackson Chourio.
So Matt, walk us through the genesis of the deal. When did you realize that this deal had to get done at this time?
Yeah, I think honestly it starts when you get to know this kid, going back to when we first started scouting this kid at a very, very young age. And you just get to know the kind of person he is, how much our scouts loved him, how much our coaches have vouched for this guy. And he's just done everything the right way, and when you make commitments like this, it's a really big investment in a person, and we feel like he is certainly a very, very talented kid, but he also has great character and great work habits, which is a great thing to have, and part of why we're here today to seal the deal on this type of deal.
So why was now the right timing for the move, Matt, rather than doing it around spring training or perhaps after he breaks through and actually joins the Major League club?
Yeah, it's tough to time these up. When you have conversations going, frankly, for months back and forth, sometimes they accelerate, sometimes they slow down to the point where you think maybe we won't get a deal done. And we just kind of found the right chord with him, and it came together and just happened to come together here at the winter meetings. And so, again, we're all excited for Jackson and his family for sure.
So I know there's an element of risk with any signing, and you and I have talked about how it can be dangerous in baseball to pay somebody for what they've already done and hoping they can continue doing that. It's almost like a law of diminishing returns. After somebody becomes an MVP, how many more MVP seasons do they have? This is completely the opposite, right? You're betting on a player's upside and talent that he could become one of the best in the league.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like you said, Greg, so a lot of times you see these long-term deals and it's for what they have done in the past, and sometimes that's past their peak. And in this case, we feel like there's so much upside here with Jackson and his future that we felt like it was good to kind of preserve that here and obviously make a big bet, from the Brewers' perspective, and obviously a big commitment from Jackson that tells both sides that, hey, we're all committed to this and we're both excited to be Brewers together for a very long time.
Brewers Senior Vice President and General Manager Matt Arnold joining us here on Wisconsin's Afternoon News. Matt, I assume his performance will dictate a timeline, but are we to believe that Jackson Chourio could begin the season with the Major League club?
I think it's going to go at Jackson's pace. I mean, I think he's certainly going to have every opportunity to make our opening day team, but it's, we want to pace this guy, I think, to some degree. I mean, he's still a very, very young player, and we don't need to accelerate him. We know he's going to be a Brewer and be a contributor here for a very long time. But that being said, certainly has a very real opportunity to make our team on opening day.
So for people who know nothing about Jackson Chourio, Matt, what is it about this kid that you've had eyes on since before he could even drive?
We've scouted this kid, since he was probably 11 years old. And we just have so much history with him going back with our scouts. And they've just done an awesome job. And I could honestly probably do a whole other call with you to talk about the talent that this guy has and the way we envision his future. And he's just done everything right. And one of our coaches on our major league staff is Nestor Corridor, and he was managing Jackson this winter in winter ball. And he said, basically, this kid is, one of the best players in the league here, and so he just continues to pass every gate with flying colors. And so, he's just so talented on both sides of the ball that we were thrilled to make this type of investment in him.
So we know he can hit. Where does he fit in the field? What's your plan for him there?
I mean, look, he's certainly talented enough to play center field at a well above average clip. We have a lot of talented outfielders, as you know, and so he's certainly good enough to play right field or left field as well. And so, he's going to fill in wherever Murph puts him in the lineup, and I know he's going to do everything he can to help us win games here.
So, Matt, when you go to Mark Attanasio and say, I got an idea, I want to lock down our top prospect for potentially 10 years and set an industry-setting mark for a player who has not yet played in the major leagues, what was Mark's response?
He was all for it. I mean, that's the great part about having, a supportive ownership group. I mean, Mark has been incredibly supportive for years in our market and with me and just everything about trying to put a winning product on the field. I think you see the commitment to what he wants to do here with the Brewers and keeping them in Wisconsin for the next generation and everything in the commitment here with Jackson Chourio. He really does invest and really does care about the Brewers. And so that conversation was easy for me, and he was certainly supportive and gave us the green light to pursue something like this, which was awesome.
How do you know Jackson takes this opportunity, this contract, and doesn't believe he's arrived before he's arrived?
Yeah, I think, if you saw our press conference, I mean, how emotional he got. I mean, this kid takes this stuff very seriously. And, when you make a commitment like this, that this is not just betting on the kid's talent and athleticism, which we know are there. I mean, this is a kid that has really, really good character, and this means just so much to him and his family. And, he's such a blue-collar player. I think he's going to fit in great with our community and our players and in every way. And so I think we're just going to get even a better version of him because of this.
Winter meetings, definitely a time of the year where deals get done. A lot of banquets, a lot of conferences, a lot of cocktails over dinner. Matt, how active are the conversations?
Yeah, we're certainly busy. We have a lot of lines in the water at the moment. At the same time, this is a date on the calendar, and look, we don't have to get anything done here. We're certainly open to it, and we're going to be very, very busy this week. But look, we want to ultimately put the best team on the field on opening day. And so, this is certainly an opportunity for everybody to get together, potentially accelerate some of those conversations. But for the most part, we're just going to do what we can to help the team both this week and through spring training and up until opening day and beyond.
Well, spring training is going to be awfully exciting, Matt. Looking forward to pitchers and catches reporting in a couple of months and, seeing one of your newest signees on the field throughout the course of February and March.
Yeah, we're excited as well, Greg. Thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate you.
Get some good barbecue while you're there.
Okay, deal. I'm in.
All right, man. Yeah, thanks so much. Take care. Okay. Bye-bye. Yeah. Always good to connect with Brewers GM Matt Arnold. Much more coming up on tomorrow's edition of Wisconsin's Afternoon News. I'm sticking around. There's some football talk coming up. It's the Potawatomi Sportsbook Football Monday with myself and Gary Ellerson. Join us from 6 to 8 coming up in a few minutes here on WTMJ.
Prepare the way of the Lord. It's Advent, and this is Archbishop Listecki. We in the Catholic Church are in the middle of the Eucharistic revival, spreading the word about the real presence of Christ in the Eucharist. During Mass, the bread and the wine become the body and blood of Christ, and we receive Jesus at every Mass. If you haven't been in church lately, Advent is the perfect time to renew your relationship with Jesus, the only true joy you'll experience in this life. Join us at Mass and experience the love of Jesus in the Eucharist.
Is your paycheck not going as far as it used to? You'll make good money at John Deere Horicon Works. Full-time factory workers at John Deere Horicon Works start at $23 to $25 per hour plus health insurance with no premiums and annual wage increases. Potential bonuses, $1,000 sign-on bonuses, and more at John Deere Horicon Works. So if you're tired of that small paycheck, move up to the big time at John Deere Horicon. Apply now at Deere.com/Horicon. That's Deere.com/Horicon.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Securities brokerage Charles Schwab closed its downtown Milwaukee branch office located in the 411 East Wisconsin Avenue high-rise. Clients are instead asked to use its branches in Brookfield. A new Caribou coffee shop opened on Capitol Drive in Brookfield at the end of November. It refilled a former Peppino's pizza space. A 32-story tower would add 381 apartments to downtown Milwaukee upon its planned completion by early 2027. It could also join the ranks of the world's tallest mass timber buildings. It is proposed next to the Performing Arts Center on Edison Street. This is Sean Ryan with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
Our production department really kicked it into gear this season, and we finished before we thought we would. And we'd like to keep our people working until the snow flies, so we're going to offer a discount. Now, a lot of discounts you hear about, they're just off an already inflated rate that ends up right in the same slot as everybody else. In this case, because we're past our break-even point, we can offer a real discount. And here it is. We can afford to take 10% off your roofing project if you call and sign up before the end of the year. If we can't get to it because the weather turns south on us, we'll still hold your price for next year. And this isn't some fugazi discount. It's 10% off what our pricing would normally be. It's for roofs only, and it expires at the end of the year. So take advantage of a nice discount on top quality workmanship from good people who care. We're Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
Hi, it's Brian Noonan from WTMJ Nights. I've got some big news. Starting now, you can download WTMJ Nights wherever you get your podcasts. That's right, you can enjoy our nighttime fun anytime you want. Find WTMJ Nights on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Local news, national stories, random silliness. You'll get a bit of everything on WTMJ Nights. So join me, Brian Noonan, weeknights from 6 to 9 here on WTMJ, the WTMJ mobile app, or wherever you get your podcasts. WTMJ Nights. Listen whenever and wherever you want.
Set your independence in motion. It starts with PACE at Community Care. The program of all-inclusive care for the elderly, also known as PACE, offers complete medical and long-term care services. A team of dedicated healthcare professionals coordinates all aspects of care to support independent living as long as possible. Learn more about a community that cares. Visit joinpacewi.com or call 833-900-PACE. That's joinpacewi.com.